Greetings and welcome to the world of Menedegia. This is Power Word Quest bi-weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition livestream campaign. My name is Alex and I'll be your dungeon master this evening.
Hi, I am Kieran and I'll be playing Thaddeus Grimshaw, the human great old one warlock.
I'm Chloe. I'm playing Aoife Brannan, the wizard blood hunter shifter.
Hello, I am Robyn, and I am playing Tarsus, the Hexblood Zealot Barbarian.
I'm Elliot, and I'm playing Calvis, the Eladrin Paladin.
I'm Lukas. I'll be playing Calver, the Air Genasi, Death-Prone Order Scribes Wizard.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We are Power Word Quest. We stream live on Twitch from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. UK time every Wednesday. And you can find us at twitch.tv/powerwordquest.
We also upload our episodes onto YouTube. They are uploaded shortly after the weekly episode, and you can find us at youtube.com/powerwordquest.
And if you prefer podcasts, you can find us on your favourite podcasting platforms, Spotify and Google Play.
Now that the introductions are complete, let's hop right in and play some D&D. So, as is tradition every week, I need our players to roll a d20 to see who does the recap.
The advantage was like 32.
I got a 19 because I had to roll with advantage.
No.
Oh, right. Oof.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Close call.
It was almost a 19 as well, and it was like 3.
Hey, Elliot's one's worked.
All right.
Yeah,
Uh,
this
I
is very
think it-
slow.
I think
That's
it's
all
right.
to Chloe then.
Yeah.
You can do this. Easy.
What happened? My note taking is awful. So what happened was we returned from the camp in which we stole the Mithrite for the Queen of Air and Darkness, and we slowly made our way back. And it was very bizarre because the camp that we were in was like super quiet because there was like loads of guys before and we were like, oh, why is it so quiet? That's weird. And then we returned to our camp and there was some sort of, I don't know, ambush or like an attack. So we had to fight a bunch of guys. It was a full moon, and you know what happens to werewolves in full moons. That happened, and luckily we were able to save some refugees. Yeah. That's it, that's all I remember, I'm sorry.
We're with our sweet cheese right now.
Does anyone wanna pitch in to fill in the blanks, or am I gonna have to do it?
Warren is there.
So, we fucking basically kind of got the vibe that they kind of knew that we were coming. So they then went off and were like, ha ha ha, defenseless, let's go kill some bitches. And then they went through and then they massacred our bitches. And then we were like, oh, our bitches, no! And then we went on a murder rampage for a little bit, killed some people, Calvert. I get mixed up in between the Cals. Calvert went down. It's fine. We accept it. We need to protect our baby. And then after we went through and murdered a bunch of them, there were 2 that were still left behind after the rest of them kind of got the vibe and ran off skis. Aoife had managed to... The moon kind of had clouded over that point, so Aoife went out of werewolf form by that point. We got 2 of them. They were being assholes. We killed one. May bit out their tongue, because, you know, what's May gonna do? She's gonna bite out tongues. But we kept one behind and we interrogated them. We found out a little bit more of the political situation in regards to their army. My notes aren't up at the moment. The Inganite army. Where a lot of the times they're conscripted, so a lot of people don't necessarily want to do it, but they're kind of forced to. And then we went back and talked to the commander of our camp to kind of get a vibe on the situation, and they were like, yeah, we're going to need to move. We've got a smaller group of people now, so we can get mosey back on home to the dwarven cities. So we are kind of on the way to getting prepared to do that. But we've just started our long rest. Calvert has gone off because Calvert went down again, so Calvert might be feeling a little bit sad at the moment. Little tears. And yeah, does that kind of fill in the gaps a little bit?
Yeah, I think
Thank
that's a
you.
good place where we can dive right in. Thank you very much, Robyn, for chipping in. So with that, I'd like everyone to describe a little bit to me what they do as they kind of wind down and settle in for the night. Uh, in no particular order. Go ahead.
I wasn't sure if anyone wanted to go first, so I volunteered. But once everything had calmed and kind of the refugees were safe and everything had kind of died down and it was kind of socially acceptable to leave, because we ended the session, I believe, having like a little action meeting where we were like, yeah, we're gonna go to the dwarven capital and the island. She
Yeah.
would probably, yeah, she
So I'll
probably
just
would go off
let's take us to the
on.
map real quick so we can get a quick reference.
Mhm.
Y'all are. Oh, hey, my pings are working today. They weren't last time. Yeah, y'all are up here
Mhm.
at the refuge. The area Vordung here is the Dwergrendel capital. Um, you all could potentially try to secure passage there somewhere. There is also still one dwarven bastion on the mainland, Orin's Fist. What you would know is that it's been besieged for quite some time. However,
Yeah. So
but yes, I'll take us back to the camp so you can.
after the action meeting, and once it was kind of somewhat socially acceptable, like she wouldn't get yelled at for like leaving, Aoife is going to go off on their own for a little bit. They've had a bit of a rough night.
Roll to
Um,
interpret social cues. That's okay to leave.
oh yeah, go for it, because I wrote that in
I'm
Aoife's
joking.
character
I'm
that
not
doesn't
gonna make you.
understand roll social cues. What do I need to roll?
I'm not gonna make you roll for.
I'll roll. I'll fucking do it.
Roll
I'll
for
fucking do it
Kism.
again.
Yeah. So Aoife kind of wanders off. I honestly imagine you are probably, even now that you've come out of werewolf form, you're probably soaked right through with blood and gore.
Yeah,
You're probably a very horrific sight right now.
yeah. Carrie ain't got nothing on Aoife. Um, when Aoife transforms and it's a full moon, it's for those who weren't able to tune in last time, it's a very painful transformation. It's very unnatural. Normally, when Aoife transforms, it's quite a kind of fluid thing, but during a full moon, it's unnatural. You hear bones cracking, joints creaking. It's not nice. It's kind of like something out of a horror movie. Um, so she's in quite a bit of pain right now, even if health-wise she's fine. So she's gonna kind of go off and chat to her ferret familiar, Una, who is a little white ferret, very cute. Also got some blood and gore on it because it also ate some of the Ignite soldier that May had killed.
Right. It had dinner.
Yeah, it had dinner. Ferrets are carnivores, so that's like normal. Maybe not to eat humans, but like it's normal-ish.
All right. And as you kind of wander off, we can take it to whoever would like to go next for the night. Elliot?
Whenever it's socially acceptable. No, he just does it. He does it whether it's acceptable or not. He wanders off as well, and I don't know if it's the same direction or not. But would he know like a river nearby or just a little bit of water that would be close? Not like a whole ass lake or a massive river, but
Yeah, there would be probably a ways outside of the camp. Probably. Definitely. It's my world, I can
okay.
decide. There would be like a small stream or creek you could go and be by for your purposes.
So basically, when he reaches the river, he just takes off his coat, which is just drenched in blood and gore, and the fur that he has usually
Right,
is
right.
just
Oh,
soggy and all
that's
that.
gonna be such a bitch to get out.
Exactly. So he's gonna try his fucking best. He's just gonna sit by the river and just try and scrub it clean.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. May. What is May getting up to while she's settling down for the night?
Hi. May is going to, because I said before the end of last session, because they were kind of getting ready for the bodies ready to get burned, crispied, deep fried. May's gonna save the body from the guy who held the knife to that kid's throat. She's gonna sling it over her shoulder, and she is going to go deep into the woods for a little bit.
We're just
Okay.
splitting the party at this
Cool.
point.
Y'all are winding down.
She is gonna stop by Calver
Uh-huh.
on the way down and say, "I'm talking to you later." Give him a little back rub. But she's got shit to do first, so she's going to potter off into the woods with the body.
Cool. I'd like you to shoot me a message describing a bit of what she's up to, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, of
But
course.
while you're doing that, what's Thaddeus getting up to before he settles in for the night, Kieran?
Thaddeus, I think, is still a bit concerned about what happened last session. With like the tentacles protruding from him when he didn't even he wasn't aware of what was happening.
Right.
So he's a bit traumatized. It's the first time it's ever happened to him.
Involuntary tentacleization.
Exactly, yeah. Not the best thing. Press charges against the tentacles. No. He's just like a bit confused, and he basically just stares at the words in the book that he's been trying to translate for weeks, and it's just getting nowhere. So he's just sat by the fire.
I feel like as you're staring through the book, trying to continue to translate it, I think at this point you've gotten to the point where it's like maybe every like 6th, 7th, word is translated. So but it's still a very archaic,
Yeah.
dialect. But you get the sensation that the words are staring back at you on the page as you try to decipher it this evening. Almost as if while you're trying to decipher the book, it too is trying to decipher you.
That's
Calvin.
unnerving.
Lukas, what is Calvert doing?
Calvert's probably just gonna go find someplace quiet, warm. He's just gonna sort of sit cross-legged with his tome open. Nimbus will be like perched on his shoulder, and he's just writing, trying to figure out ways to just be better, cast spells faster, like not waste so much time, and
Poor baby.
he
Yeah.
feels a bit
Sweet child.
there's some tear stains on the pages. Sort of curls up, clenching his tome.
All right.
We have found the baby of this campaign.
Yeah.
So, one by one, you all begin to drift off to sleep after you've finished the tasks set before you. However, I do want to play out one little thing first. May, as
Aye.
you lay out your kill and set up this sort of ritual of sorts as an offering towards your beloved, for lack of a better term, you sense more so than you hear the trees creaking and groaning as some sort of force drifts through them like the wind. And as you look up and are caught in this force traveling through the trees, you feel the presence of Ishtar, though your eyes don't see him and your ears don't hear him. You can tell in a way that he is with you right now, and he accepts your offer. And his presence dwells for a short time, if you would like to try to converse.
Heart of mine. Love of mine. I dedicate this soulless beast to you. This thing of hate and violence, unbeknownst and unknown to any natural order. This thing killed for the sake of it, not for love, but for hate and for fucking... I dedicate this kill to you. And I dedicate a hunt on those that kill without meaning, and not for love, not for sacrifice. I dedicate a hunt on those fucking Ingonites. I will spend every beaten heart and every bloody breath tearing them limb from limb for you. For no beast that hunts without love deserves to walk these forests of yours. I dedicate this to you. And as she says that, she's going to use the wolf-boned knife that she has, like the wolf fang that she has, and she's going to tear open this man from sternum to stomach. Reach in, grasp his heart, pull it out, and then place it down somewhere close by. She's going to slit a little cut along her hand and let some of the orange fiery blood of hers drip out onto it. My sweet beloved, I do have a question for you. Why did you send me away from you? Why did you send me to this place of cold? To this winter?
As Ishtar's presence lingers about you. You are answered not with words, but with a sense of emotions and images impressed onto your mind. First being gratitude and almost pleasure at your offering. The second at your question. Sorrow. Fear. And as his presence begins to depart, an image is pressed upon your mind, and you see your home being ravaged by the king's soldiers. You see those you grew up around being either cut down or carried away, bound in chains. And just as the last trickles of Ishturn's presence fades away beyond your sensation, regret is the last feeling you are left with before you are left alone in the woods. Your offering now vanished.
He doesn't quite know how to take that. I think she starts crying silently. She doesn't quite understand how something so beautiful could feel regret. She can't even comprehend that. And then she thinks about her home for a bit. Something that she hasn't really particularly thought about in a really long fucking time. She doesn't quite know how she feels about it being burned. There's a lot of things that happen there that hurt. And things that she doesn't want to remember necessarily. But she'll think of them as she walks home. And she walks back to camp. And she'll stop
Thaddeus.
by and see Calvert for a bit.
Thaddeus, as you begin to drift away to sleep, the so far indecipherable script of your book still filled within your mind. The flowing lines of the text that appear in your mind's eye stir awake as you fall into sleep, wrapping and transforming around each other in your mind until you find your consciousness whisked away from your body and you see yourself as almost from a third person sort of perspective, standing in what once was a grand altar room, now decrepit and abandoned, worn away by the passage of time. You recognize faint glyphs carved into the stone that are reminiscent of the words you have failed to translate thus far. The only light coming from a ever so faint green glow coming from a bowl set upon the altar table before you. And you get the uncomfortable sensation that you are being watched as your vision returns to coming from your own eyes, where you now stand in this altar room.
Do I have control of my body in this dream?
It comes to you slowly. First, you're able to bend and unbend your fingers, and it spreads up your body. And after spending a few moments focusing your will, you are able to move about.
Thaddeus instantly goes towards the glyphs, which he recognizes from books. They like etched into stone.
Yes. This particular glyph is one you have not been able to translate yet. Most notably on the book, it appears on the first page along as part of a singular line of text. As you look upon it, you get sort of intuition in your head that this is or is part of a name.
He reaches into his back pocket and tries to pull out his brush. Does he have it with him?
It's there.
Okay. And he just tries to brush down the glyph on the stone, and basically just wants to try and figure out what it was created by, if it was a race that he's familiar with, be that dwarf, elves, human.
Make a history check for me.
Okay. Can I choose to have advantage with my book?
You can.
Cool. 19.
You feel this gaze upon you strengthen, as if the amount of eyes watching you has increased. And as you look upon this glyph, examining the stonework, guessing at the tools that may have been to craft it, you see traits that are reminiscent of all the cultures present here, as if it came from a sort of precursor to any society existing today.
Perks his ears up.
Speaking of ears, you began to hear faint and incoherent whispering coming from the altar table.
Does it look reminiscent to the place where he originally found the book? Or is this a completely different place? Okay.
It does look reminiscent.
Okay. He stands up from looking at the glyphs and just takes a deep breath, walks over to altar.
As you near it, the whispering intensifies. And the best way I can describe what this sounds like is if it's coming from a mouth that was not made to speak as you or I would be. The words, even though they're words you can't understand, have a sense of wrongness to them. And there is a sense of curiosity coming from the voice. And this presence you now feel growing stronger in the room as you near the altar.
Can we see anything different about Thaddeus while he's resting in the camp? Is he still there?
He is sound asleep in camp.
Kind of used to feeling like he's not alone, mind-wise. The initial sounds of the spring puts him off, but doesn't stop him from closer. And his attention focuses on the glow coming from the ball.
Are you looking into the ball as you near it?
Yes.
Within this large bowl, you see at the bottom this like broiling, chaotic liquid. It's colored similarly to the glow that's coming through it. It appears to be thicker than water, and though your eyes may be tricking you due to the light of the room, you see something small thrashing about in the liquid. You can't quite make out it in detail, but it is a slimy, tentacled creature just thrashing in this slime.
That's inside the ball.
Yes.
Okay.
Free dinner!
Girl dinner. Oh, Thaddeus is amazed, but also disgusted at the same time. Most of the things that he's discovered in the past don't wriggle, so this is a new thing for him. And he kind of steps back from the table. As he steps back, does the look of the ball change, or does he have to look away from the ball for that to happen?
I wouldn't say so. However, as you looked into the bowl, this gaze you felt upon you from all directions now becomes centralized, coming from the altar. And this feeling, this like impression of curiosity you get from this presence changes to pleading.
And pleading me to... I guess I wouldn't know. I step to move closer again. Does that feeling change?
It intensifies. And the whispering in your brain turns louder, as if this entity is desperately trying to speak to you, but cannot get words that you understand across to you.
Are you trying to tell me something? What do you want with me?
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
20.
You, for a moment, feel an uncontrollable urge to come closer, come over your body, urging you to just simply touch the altar. And as you take your first step towards it, you're able to steel yourself and maintain control over your will. And this impression you get turns to frustration. Not anger in a sense that it wants to lash out at you, but just frustration at not being able to communicate, not being able to get what it wants.
As that feeling sort of rushes over him, he clutches back at his senses and stumbles backwards from the altar and tries his best to wake himself up, like he's just like
And
scratching at his face.
as you stumble back from the altar, you trip over a stone and fall back. And as you land on your back, you awake with a jolt back at the camp.
I look around me. Is everything normal?
Everything is perfectly normal.
He turns on his side and takes a deep breath and then tries to get back to sleep.
It takes you a while, but eventually you are able to make your way back to sleep. This time greeted by more ordinary dreams. May, you wanted to check in on Calvert?
Yes.
Is Calvert sleeping right now, or is Calvert awake?
Let's decide. If it's odd, he's asleep.
Wake up, kids! It's therapy time.
He's just saying, he's like curled up, holding his tome, and you just, yeah, just he seems awake.
He's having a rough time.
Yeah, he's silently sobbing.
He's silently sobbing.
He's a bit sad.
Calvert. Can hear you crying from over here. What's up?
I'm not crying. I just got dust in my eye when I died again.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? How did it feel like dying for you?
I don't know, like cold,
Often is.
but also warm. It was a bit strange. It just feels like every single time we get in a fight, it's like later Calvert, you're down first and you're dying, and I don't know. I feel like I'm not doing it right.
Calvert, you're barely out of being a child. How old are you?
24.
Young thing. Fighting and killing is an art form that is not easily learned. It's not natural for a lot of folk on two legs to get a hang of. Other beasts have benefits that help them get into it, instincts that help them kill easier. It's something that a lot of people need to learn, unfortunately. You're young and you've still got time to learn. You've got that time because we are here to make sure that you're going to get that time. I don't care however many times I have to stitch back your broken bones because you were a twat and decided that it'd be great to get in the way of a sword. We're here to pull you back from that no matter what. That's what it means to be part of a family and a pack. And right now, we're kind of that at the moment. We're here for you, and we're here to help you learn. Because I feel like we're going to need to learn to kill very quickly.
That's appreciated, but I can't really help it if I'm trying to kill a hunt and he just stabs me, and it just really makes me think, like, maybe my dad was right and I shouldn't have bothered, but...
What did your dad say to you?
He's just a bit of a dick, isn't he? But
Most
it doesn't
dads
matter,
are.
I've not spoke to him in years.
Why aren't you speaking to your dad?
Don't know. It just doesn't. It wasn't that important. I think once my sister was born, it just kind of. I was swept to the side because she had the magic and I had to learn the magic, and he just sort of saw that as a. I don't know, a weakness or something. He just sort of pawned me off the second he could. So yeah, I don't know.
Dads are real fucking cunts like that, aren't they?
But it's whatever. I mean, doing my track record, I might die again, so...
No, you won't. As said, we're here to make sure that doesn't happen again. And in relation to your dad, I understand what it means to kind of feel like they don't really give a flying shit. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. They're going to die. They always do. What matters is that you are proud for yourself. You had to learn and had to fight and had to claw to get where you are. That's something to be proud of. Not many people can shoot weird fucking shite out of their fingers. Not many people at all can learn how to do that. Be proud of yourself for where you've got. And fuck your dad.
I'd rather... I don't know. For some part of me still wants to, like, make him proud.
Kill that part and leave it in the dirt.
I don't know.
It took me a while to get over that personally. It took me way too long to get over that personally. Part of me still kind of wishes that he'd give a shit. But with time, you will learn how to bury that specific body. Because you'll learn it's just a body. You'll learn that your dad is just a body. Another thing to be buried. Because you've got room to grow. You need that room to grow and bodies piling up on top of you. It don't make much sense. Chuck him in the grave next door.
I really appreciate you coming to check on me, and Calver's gonna go attempt a hug.
May accepts the hug. It's weirdly warm, and you get a wee bit of wet on your chest, but it's okay.
Tell me you've pissed yourself.
No, I'm just bleeding all the time. It's all right, honey.
Okay.
She pulls you in.
Prestidigitation.
No. She pulls you in tighter. It's a really big mom hug. She cradles your head against her shoulder.
Right.
It's okay, Calvert. You're
You
just
hear
a
the
body.
rustling of twigs as you're pulled in.
It's a little bit scratchy.
Wow, this is maternal care or some, I don't know. Right.
Hope Calvert doesn't have seasonal allergies.
Alright, honey, now you go and get some sleep. I'm gonna borrow off skis quickly.
Right.
I am gonna go piss now.
Go piss, go.
And she's gone.
Over, just gonna go into a slump.
Yeah, you were just you slow over. You're just out.
He EP.
He's so tired.
He's an
He's such
easy
an-
lad.
He's such an eepy little boy.
The wizard is very eepy and he needs sleep.
He needs to get his spell slots. He is EP.
And if there's nothing else, we will take our long rest now. And everyone may take their long rest and do anything they need to do for that. Lukas, you may roll your d6.
Be the
Yay!
perfect time to get 5.
5.
It'd be crazy if I got a 5. Oh,
3.
I've got my 1 source point.
Ooh.
I don't know what I could do with that.
Just look at the meta magic list.
Yeah.
Quicken and make most of the 2-leveled spells per turn.
I would like to add that.
Oh wait, no.
Aether-
3 is the roll a d20. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's 4 is
I
the
should
meta
know.
magic.
I made the item. I should know
Sorry.
what they do. No, you're good.
So I'll roll my d20.
Roll that d20, girl.
If you're not 20.
So the only thing with that is it doesn't carry over past your next long rest.
Mhm.
So you can't just like stack a bunch of them over time.
That's fair and understandable. But yeah, no, I get to add a 6 to a spell of my choice. The
Yeah.
damage.
The damage value of a spell of your choice.
Yeah. Does it adopt the damage type? Yeah. So like, if it's a cold damage spell, it'll be 6 cold damage.
Yes, Aoife.
Like to imagine that Aoife did not return to camp, at least while the others were awake. When they were in the woods, they probably went to where the cinders of the little cabin that they grew up in, and just kind of slumped there and vented to Una, who can't really talk back. But she doesn't have any other friends, not really. And probably has a good cry. And then when the rest of the gang wake up in the morning, she'll be back by then.
Okay. Right. So as you all wake from your rest, you wake to see like the dwarves are already up for the day. They're packing. They're, getting the other refugees up and about. Just trying to carry everything they can while still being able to move at a decent speed. Orin is with Hastel. They're kind of hunched over a map, arguing over what routes to take. Your little prisoner, whose name I don't remember, someone better have written it down, is kind of slumped in the corner that he's
Evan.
bound by ropes.
Kevin.
He's Kevin now.
He's Kevin.
Kevin's
Yeah.
a good name.
He doesn't have a choice.
We're never going to forget the name Kevin, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I still. It's not related. I'll tell you guys during the break.
What does everyone do as y'all wake up and start your day?
And Calvis just go to Kevin.
Yeah.
Because he just decided that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, Kevin, he's like not really fully, he's not awake. He's like slumped over, tied up, like leaning against a stack of wood, like trying to rest as comfortably as he can while, his limbs are
Okay.
tied up.
Calvis just squats down to get to the same height, and then just smacks him away.
What? God, it's you. What?
All right. Rise and shine.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
You ready to prove yourself?
What? What?
Are you ready?
Ready for
Prove
what?
you're better than. Prove that you're better than the man you were yesterday.
Yeah, sure, dude. I don't know, dude. It's whatever you want me to do, man. Just yeah.
You
seize the
promised to be
day,
better.
all
You're
that.
gonna be better.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Great, stand up, and he just grabs the bundle of rope and just puts it up.
He's
So he
he's standing
stands
there.
up.
He's just standing there, like arms and legs like bound together. He's having a very hard time keeping his balance.
It's kind of hilarious. You know what? We're gonna keep you like that. You deserve
I
it.
don't. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with you all like this. I don't think I could really walk with my ankles tied together.
Alright, we're loosening your ankles, alright.
Okay,
Just
thank
grabs
you.
his massive great sword and just saws it.
Oh,
as
okay.
carefully as possible.
Probably could have used something smaller for that. But I don't know.
I don't
What do
have
I know?
anything smaller. I don't do small. Alright.
Of course you don't. You're a very large fellow.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Kevin shooting a shot.
I need something a bit smaller, huh?
Alright.
Wow, the weather's
And
here.
I-
Wonderful.
I just imagine that Calvis, just like the dwarves, has packed on food, like anything they gathered for the whole camp, they can just take along. So his backpack is just
Mhm.
stuffed.
Right.
Food.
Gotcha.
He just rips off a piece of bread and just hands it to him.
Yeah. He very gratefully takes it and just like pretty much inhales the bread, mumbling thanks through mouthfuls of it. Likely you all were able to get some horses from the soldier camp, so those can help carry some of the supplies. Between the dwarves and U5 and the refugees, there's about 30 individuals still at camp, which is like less than a tenth of what was here before the attack. And yeah, you all overhear again Orin and Hassel's conversation. They're arguing whether they should try to make straight for the coast and like find some sort of ship or something to get over to the Dwarven Grail Islands, or to try to make for Orin's Fist. And they are bickering like an old married couple over which way to go.
I feel like when Calvert gets up, he's just gonna right and just
His eyes are very crusty.
That's what
Wipe the salt off his face.
So crunchy. So crunchy.
Press the digitation.
Remove the crunch.
You know, maybe we should. You should keep the salt. Maybe it sells for something.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, you're a wizard. Could that just be how they make, the funky crystals?
I
Oh.
cry mithrite. That's actually in law.
Is that how you make mithrite?
I
Just,
eat, sleep, piss and shit mithrite.
yeah, that's how they do it.
I mean, not to
Ethan
touch that
and
again.
Maybe if you were your sister, that'd be true.
Oh.
Bad.
Fucked.
But is that supposed to be like a wizard thing? If
No.
I learn enough spells, can I cry mithrite as well?
Yeah. It's actually really good, like for It's really good if you crush it down to a paste for a face mask.
It's a scrub.
You say that, but you've definitely got like a brand new, like real big zit on your face this morning.
That's a pocket of mithrite. It's for spellcasting.
Can Aoife roll for insight?
Sure.
He is fully
spell
taking
slot.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a free spell slot.
Fireball.
Am I rolling perception? Yeah.
Oh
hate
fuck!
that.
It's on
A
it's
fireball
tree.
zit would be gross. Necrotic damage instead of fire.
Yeah, you
Straight up.
totally
Acid.
buy it.
Oh, I rolled athletics instead, but I've got a plus. I don't know how I done that. Oh, it's just above.
Listen-
I've got plus one. So
listen.
it'd be a 13.
Yeah. Aoife
That one.
totally buys it. Especially since now Calvert is like the, higher level wizard.
Respect my authority.
Your dad doesn't.
Bless you.
Granny didn't cry often, and she was the one who had the book before me. But I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Just don't look into it too much. It's an order of scribes thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You cry often?
I don't look like I've been crying.
you do.
Just
Your,
wondering.
your
Amazing.
little cloud, your little cloud hair thing. It's like a sad rain cloud.
And it
Yeah,
gives you
kinda-
away,
it's
dude.
kind of,
Boring.
it's a
No,
bit grey
see,
and
that doesn't
droopy.
work with me
Or-
because I'm not in tune with my elemental magic. My sister, however, she's just fully in tune. If she's angry, thunderclouds. If she's sad, raindrops.
I
think
sense
it's
some
rather-
jealousy.
It's not jealousy. I think it's rather cumbersome. I'm so happy
Like
my
ha-
hair just stays the one color. Sometimes in the sunset, it's very nice and like candy flossy, but I'm very perfectly fine with my white hair.
Sometime in direct sun it evaporates a little bit.
Just bald spots.
Who needs a
You
hairstylist
gotta-
when you got the
You
sun?
gotta really stay hydrated, or else you start to lose your hairline.
Literally.
Hell there.
Drink your 2 liters a day.
Was it like
Why do you think he has
having
the
a
bang?
sister?
Sorry.
Is that-
Was it like having a sister? Like, what is a sister?
I wouldn't know. Didn't talk to her much.
Yeah, but you have one.
Yeah, but I didn't talk to her much. I don't know. We're related. Related.
Oh.
You just hear Kevin like pipe up from back over where he was standing. Just like sounds like someone's got some family
Oh,
drama.
fuck off, Kevin.
Calvis just gives him a smack on the head.
Thank you, Cal.
You know, like,
Being a war criminal, Kevin. Imagine that.
What's a war criminal?
Couldn't be me, Kevin. Couldn't be me.
And I reiterate, as the DM, no Geneva means no Geneva Convention.
Yeah, but there's the convention of the free cities.
No, there's no war crimes in this world. There can't be war crimes if there's you can't commit war crimes if there's no such thing as a war crime.
I guess. there's
We have
not-
penned the meaning.
Granted,
We're in
granted,
that-
after all this ends, it's probably
Yeah.
a lot of what has happened will become a war crime.
we're
But
in
that's a
the
future
history.
thing. It's okay. You're just living through like the World War One of this universe.
How does it feel to be the world's first war criminal, Kevin?
I don't know what that means.
You've now coined the
man.
term.
Committed crime. And it's war.
I mean, we were acting under the authority of the king, and there really
Yeah.
isn't a government around here besides him. So, at
Do
least
we
not
look like a bunch
anymore.
of lawyers?
No, you look much too poor for that.
Yes, that is true. But who's in rope, Kevin?
Kevin, remember when we were talking about improving your personality? You're not doing very great so far.
I didn't think we were talking about improving my personality. That's always been
We were improving anything. Anything that's
I thought we
happening
were
over
talking
here,
about
we're
improving my-
improving.
I thought we were talking about improving my morality. Those are different things.
They go
I
hand
can have
in hand.
yeah, not really.
Can I
You
improve
have a
his
horrible
volume and just turn
personality
him
with
down?
Good morals.
He's
Please
very
don't.
loud.
Honestly.
Yeah, you
You're
have a
right.
really
So
loud
he
voice.
Goes right through me.
he just grabs a little bit of rope and he just puts it like between his teeth of Kevin.
Oh, that's a cute little bee, Kevin.
He's still like trying to talk through the rope.
This is why I prefer books.
Probably should have done that from the get-go in case he had magic.
That is, yeah, that's very clever.
The verbal components.
But he was wearing armor, not a robe, so clearly
Oh,
he's a
shit,
martial,
yeah.
not a
Yeah.
caster. That's how that
Eldritch
works.
still exists. Also, Calvis wearing armor and can cast spells.
No, bad guys are either armor coated or robe coated.
Yeah, the two genders,
Two
armor or
genders.
robe.
The two genders of bad guy.
Robe, no robe.
Just FYI,
Naked.
Calvis is not wearing armor. He's not wearing armor. He's just wearing a really,
Oh.
really thick coat.
Oh, okay.
My
Real
armor are
thick.
those pecs.
Yeah.
For her
Yeah.
Yeah, just those voluptuous biddies.
He's just permanently intimidating swords into not hitting him.
Like, oh no, he's too pretty, miss.
Anyways,
I cut that beard.
anyways, not to be heavy-handed or anything, but Orin and Hastel are still arguing over where to go.
Oh yeah. Hey, Oren, how are you
Oren,
doing?
it's been
Good
like 20
morning.
minutes.
What's...
Orin, why are you shouting? It's too early.
Scaring all the birds away.
Did you get your Did you get your beauty sleep?
Nimbus is going now.
Oren, what are you on about? Please enlighten us. We're curious.
Well, basically, we have two choices. We could either try to head straight for the coast, taking us past, what's it fucking called? Taking us past Sunrzerdu, which last we know of, it's occupied by enemy forces. Or we could try to head for Orange Fist and still go past and try to make it to the Dwarven fortress there. So it's either try to get a boat and sail ourselves, or travel further on mainland.
You know a guy with a boat?
Orange Fist is besieged, right? Is that common knowledge?
Yeah, it's common knowledge, but our intel's a bit outdated.
Do you think that they might need help? And wouldn't it be the dutiful thing to help out the people at Orange Fist?
We look like an army. We are 30 people,
Yeah,
mostly
there's
refugees.
There's like 30 of us, and like maybe 10 or 12 of us can fight. So
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have a death
What's-
wish, to be honest.
What's the bad thing about Sunrzerdu? Do you?
it's
Gesundheit.
it's under our Inglanite occupation.
Okay,
so-
so if we walk in, we just can't cast magic, and we should be fine. Because they're not
well-
completely, what's the word? It's like they make snap judgments without even think about the critical things. What's the word? Prejudiced.
No, totally not
They're
prejudiced.
completely amicable.
And me and my companions are totally not very obviously Vergandale soldiers, and I in particular am not like, well known by the enemy or anything like that.
Have you got a map?
Yes.
I have a suggestion. Or an idea. I don't know.
Okay.
Spill it
So-
all.
How about some of us who are less known go get a boat in Sunrzerdu, and then we meet you, see the island just south of the, like I say, island, little outcropping of land south. We meet you there. You'll swim to the boat, and then we head off.
Sure.
Perhaps he should take. Perhaps don't swim. I see a little worm in the sea over there. Maybe not.
I think that's just artistic representations to the depths of the ocean.
Are you sure to risk that?
But it looks like a worm.
We'd be meeting them at the coast. If there was a worm, it would be.
So just to be specific, you're gonna go get a ship here and then meet him like where? Up here?
Down here. Does that ping? It's not pinging for me. Yeah, there.
Also, it seems as though the worm is like in the center, so if we stick away from that, then we're probably not gonna, go by its turf.
I guess up there would
True,
make more
but-
sense.
But
Like,
what if?
north.
What if?
True,
the
but
worm
I-
moves?
True, exactly that. But also, let's not make Orin swim. It's
I
kind
mean-
of rude. I mean,
It's
we can
also-
have him a little tiny boat.
It's also
we
facing
have boats.
Orin's fist, so is it going to help or is it going to attack? I don't know.
Getting too focused on an illustration.
When was this map made? We need to know. Is this Worm still alive?
Has it? Has its longitude and latitude changed since the last time this map was made?
Is it a babe?
Like,
Is it?
what if it's a little baby and we can make it a pet?
What if that size is baby and it's bigger now?
Calvaire, that's the best of idea you've gotten so far. That's incredible. Let's do that.
Let's
We
not
can
be
beat
too
armies with
hasty.
that.
It kind of looks like Una. It's like long and wriggly. It's friend shaped.
I think you might need some glasses, love.
I
It's
don't know
looking
what
a
a
bit like
worm is.
Una.
It's like a sea serpent.
What's the sea?
A water, big pond, salty. Ugh.
Big pond,
Okay.
It's like liquid ice.
liquid
I know
ice.
what water is. I don't know what the sea is.
Oh,
It's a lot of
I've
water.
never
Yeah,
been.
that's what I just told you. It's a big pond, salty. Ugh.
Why would
So-
water have salt in it?
Right.
Because that's what
Because-
salt. So do you have
Calvaire
salt
has been
salt?
crying in
And
it.
it's
So
in the
you
rivers.
5 go steal a boat,
No.
and then we meet you at the
No.
coast.
That
Honestly,
is my
I
idea.
am-
I don't think it just needs to be us 5. I think we can take some of the refugees as well.
Yeah.
And we'll just,
Well,
like,
that doesn't seem like a good idea.
I'm very
Yeah,
doubtful
let's take
about
the
this
refugees
idea.
into occupied territory. That will totally end well, and not with less refugees than we had
We'll just-
coming in.
offering suggestions. I'm not here to just offer
Right.
suggestions and take flack. Once you have
So-
a better idea, go ahead. But that's what
We are
bringing
going
the
to
table
Orin's
right now.
Fist, right?
No,
What's the
that's
plan?
not
We're going
Which
to
is what
Orin.
we're trying to decide now. I think it's one like it's a weird plan. Either we're splitting up,
Okay,
finding
so
a boat,
plan
or we're
building-
going.
to either make it across land through Orin's Fist, heading through enemy occupied territory to where that fortress is besieged, or heading to Sunreserdu to get a boat and then sail straight for Vordum.
What do you recommend, Orin?
Well,
I'd say-
Well, Orin was for trying to get to Vordum. Hastol was for trying to get to Orin's Fist.
Okay.
I am not a big fan of Orin's Fist, and honestly, I think trying to build an army is a very smart idea before getting to Orin's Fist. So perhaps we could get alliances there in Vordum.
How dangerous is it to cross the sea?
I mean, it's the most we're going to run into out there is
The sea serpent.
not really. It's
Big
going to be
wriggly worm.
the
Oh, yeah.
Claire Grandel Navy,
All right. Okay.
so they're friendly. Although us being on an enemy boat might cause some issues.
Yeah, that's why we cross out the insignia on the flag with a red X because we're not them.
All right, I should have thought of that one.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's
Just
why I'm
burn it
the
all.
ideas guy. What do you want
Elliot.
to say?
So Calvis doesn't trust that friend of Orin's whatsoever. Also because we didn't manage to
Haskell?
successful.
I thought
Yeah.
instantly liked him.
No,
No, we
it-
only did that on
you have-
Orin.
Well, then vibe
thought-
check him. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm vibe check. That was gonna be my question. I would like to vibe check him because why is he gonna
Yes,
try to
because
lead us
you-
into enemy territory? That's just a
Well,
weird
you'd have
thing.
to go through enemy territory to get to friendly
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah, we're going to enemy territory anyway.
Yeah, it really just
Yeah.
depends on the territory.
I assume it's inside the vibe check.
Yes, yes.
It's a net 20. It's a net 20. Sorry. It's a net 20.
No,
I
but-
also got, and I crit failed, but
No.
yeah, I mean,
know
he seems
everything about
like-
this person now.
Yeah, so you ready for his 20-page long backstory?
He gets
No,
a
I
vision.
mean, like, he's been with Orin like the whole time, like since before they lost like the vast majority of their troops. He's been Orin's right-hand man for a long time. Orin trusts him completely. They just happen to disagree on which plan of action is like best right now.
And they're both boys.
And they were
No,
kissing.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
You're really
Boy,
long
sitting in a
necks.
hot tub.
5
Two
feet apart because
dwarves
they're not
sitting
gay.
in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay. Right, here's my other suggestion. We go in the dead of night, find a boat. Sneaky.
Anything else to that plan, or
Do
is
any
that
of
it?
us have boat knowledge? Who knows how to drive a sailboat?
I've been on a boat, but I've never.
I don't think any
Done it
of
myself.
y'all have any experience.
No.
Yeah, no.
I'm more of a sit in the inside and don't look at the sea kind of vibe.
And I don't know, that part looks pretty large. Even though we might leave at night, we might just reappear in the morning.
That's how time works. Sorry, what?
As in,
Playtime.
Elvis doesn't understand how the day-night cycle works. They don't have that in the
Right.
Feywild.
Thought you would have
he's still new to north, south, east, and west. Time is also just.
See,
Yeah, in the Feywild, you're just either here or there, and it's always now.
Thaddeus, I thought you might have had more nautical knowledge with all the tentacles.
That's kind of a new thing. I'm very unsure about what they are, to be honest. I'm a bit distraught.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
yes,
know as
you
much
know.
as me.
Idea, it might not work though. Why do we have to go into San Zerado in the first place? Could we not just like go round, steal the boat, and then like roll out?
Well, Sun Reserdu is where the boats are.
Honestly.
Yeah, but like we go round.
Around to where?
Right, let's see if I can do it. Right, so
You're
see
gonna
here.
say south, I'm gonna
Do
flip.
you want to swim in from the harbour to steal the boat?
No, like if we go here, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then
I'm-
sneaky sneak all the way along here.
I think there's a wall there.
So you swim in through the harbor.
There is
But
a
hold
wall.
on. This is not enemy dead.
It is occupied
enemy-
by enemy forces.
Okay, so we're with like 30 people, right?
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
remembered.
Roughly.
Yeah,
Class
but-
How are we gonna steal a
size.
ship if... I'm all for stealing a ship, but then I think that some of our less capable people should stay up north, perhaps, and then we turn the boat that way.
That
Steer
sounds
it.
like you're slightly changing my plan, and instead of going south, you want to go north.
Well, I mean, there's more space up north. Where do you want to keep the people on the south?
That's if we.
I just
if,
thought the
if
south
it goes.
because it means they'll be going to Oran's Fist anyways. I don't know. Is Undir here? Wait, Undir.
And there's
Yeah, he's
Down there, we need
he's-
a
he's- yeah, he's bobbing about.
Do
You know,
have
he hasn't
anyone
really.
who knows
Wait.
how to sail a boat in there.
We're we're all from
I
the
thought
small, very inland town
I
for the
thought some
most
of you
part.
weren't.
Could be a
Yeah.
sailor who decided to settle down.
You,
Yeah.
what are the odds you think that one of us just happens to be a sailor? Let me go
Under
check.
3%
I'll do
odds.
it. Okay, hey, listen, if I had hands, let me go check.
The amount
Um,
of stuff you could do with hands.
We need to give you an upgrade, man.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be able to like pull him off at some point.
You know what? As luck, and then like his voice. So he's like, let me go check, and his voice starts to sound like it's further away. But the crystal
We
doesn't
hear, like,
move at all.
walking.
And
He walks away from his
and then you hear the
microphone.
voice, and then you hear the voice go closer. Oh, hey, yeah. As luck would have it, we do have one sailor, but he doesn't speak common. So what languages do y'all know?
What language
Christ.
does he speak? I speak.
Oh,
I'm gonna
wait, no.
I'm gonna be on.
Draconic.
It sounds like a really fucked up draconic.
Can he write?
I want to look
You
at-
know,
speak
again, if we had hands,
Because I can read everything.
if we had hands,
James,
Yes. But yes.
please. What is this down here?
It's
I'm
a
asking
water
as a
mill.
player, not as Aoife.
It's a water mill. They
No. I know what a watermill is, but is it
they
like
turn wheat and grain and such into flour and
Yes.
such.
I'm very aware. But does this little watermill icon represent anything that's not a watermill, like a small town?
No.
Essentially,
Base with a
boats.
boat.
No. It is
Fuck.
just a mill.
Just a random.
Just a
It's the
fucking
mill. It's the mill outside the city.
Quite far outside, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's like a day's journey.
Yeah, there's fields, guys, that need to be covered. I get you. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
It was just the best
Right.
spot on the river to build it. What do
I'm not
you
a
know
miller,
about
okay.
constructing?
I'm
What do
not a
you know
miller.
about constructing water-powered mills, huh?
Undear, do you know anything?
You know?
What do any of you know?
Do you have anyone in
Dear.
mind who's a,
Hey.
who's a
I will have
constructor
you
of some kind?
In a past
What in?
life, I was a mill worker.
A mill, one might say.
I'm afraid we need to make some votes. I'm afraid we need to make some votes, because basically the options are we want to go to Vordum or we want to go to Orange Fist first.
Oh,
Correct?
Orange Fist to eventually go to Vord. Vordum via Orange
Does
Fist.
A
Orange
or the
Fist have
B?
any
Does it have what?
boats?
Yes, it's a port fortress.
A fortress, one might say.
Fuck's sake.
A portmanteau, you know?
So we want to get to Orange Fist, then we have to go through enemy territory anyway, so why don't we
Yeah.
just go by land?
How are we crossing the river?
Well, because you can't get to Vordum by land.
I thought you said we could swim.
That's not land.
No. So they'd be swimming to the boat that we'd steal, which would be on the coast, so it wouldn't be much of a swim.
So it's either you're going into a city that's occupied by enemy forces, but is not entirely an enemy city, to get a boat, to then go pick up the refugees and then sail over to the Dwarven Islands, or you're going to travel what equates to be hundreds of miles over land to Oran's Fist.
Amazing DM.
Like weeks and weeks of journeying over land. Just to make that clear.
Alright.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, I remember when we spoke about my character about an information network.
Yes.
There's one in every major city. Is that what we agreed on, or
Theoretically.
do I have knowledge of one being in that Sun Reserdo?
There would have been, like, they would have had a presence, the Order of Scribes, yeah.
Right. I might know a guy
I might know a guy.
in Sun Reserdo, so I think we just hedge all our bets on Sun Reserdo.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
And if that fucks up,
I have
we
never
go
seen
to
the sea.
Orin's Fist.
If we need it, there is a camp back there full of enemies. We can take their uniforms in case we need it.
I thought we just burned all
Oh my
the
god,
bodies.
let's do that right now.
Did we?
There was like 4 dudes back at the camp.
Oh, only 4. Okay.
Yeah. No, actually, I think there was less than that. But
Oh, fair
I don't
enough.
know.
I thought there
Oh,
was quite a few.
You mean like back at the camp at India?
Like the army camp.
There
Like,
was-
No, no,
last
I'm on
time
about.
y'all were there.
I'm on about the refugee camp.
the
There was a
refugee
bunch
camp.
of.
Yeah,
soldiers
y'all
who came.
burned those bodies got burned.
Who did that?
Should really think ahead.
I didn't burn anyone.
I didn't
May.
burn anyone.
So, everyone up for
didn't.
just going to San Rosario, trying to steal a ship, and then going to the north of the coast to pick
I-
up everyone
I
else?
just want this
I say-
conversation to be
So-
over. So if that's the
so-
option, then
So let me lay down a bit of context for y'all.
Oh,
So there
let's
would
see the
still be like ordinary people that live outside the city, like farmers and whatnot. So there would still be regular traffic in and out of the city. It's just the city's government has been deposed and is now occupied and controlled by the Inguinite army. It is still functioning as a city, with an economy and people coming and going. There might even be ships that come in and out. You wouldn't know. But like,
Essentially, it's like an Ingonite occupation.
yeah, that's what I said. I said that
Yeah.
like 6 times that it's
that's-
Ingonite occupied.
That's what I knew. I just wanted to clarify because you were
Right, yeah.
clarifying.
No, you're
I just
good.
wanted out
So
there.
it is merely occupied by the army. They have not like razed the city. They're not like massacring people in the streets. They were, you could presume they're doing the same sort of like rounding up like mageborn, type individuals. Like sorcerers and etc. But you wouldn't know much about what's happening in there.
Well, they're not
beyond
gonna
that.
just let us take a ship, so we gotta come up with a contingency plan in case your guy is not there.
Oh yeah. The guy is just only probably going to be able to give me knowledge, so he's not going to be able to give us a boat.
So,
He wants to steal the
yeah,
boat.
I guess it will just strengthen the plan if he is there.
Right. So
Right.
I remember in all the books that I read when I was younger, if you go to a new town, you go to like the tavern or the pub, and you get more information there. So how about a small splinter cell of us, just us 5, go in to San Rosario. Everyone else is waiting in the outskirts of the city, and we go in, get information, report back, and then if it's a bust, we just make our way to Orin's Fist.
Yeah, I think that's a
Sounds
good
good.
idea.
I like that a lot.
Right.
I love that.
I just need to relax my brain a little bit. I've been using it a lot.
Alright, that is
Mm.
valid, I guess. I think
So
we can think this plan more out on the way, perhaps.
Yeah.
But we're
Yeah.
making our way to
Mm,
over to the other thing.
San Rosario.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fun.
You're the 5 of you are gonna head to San Rosario to procure a boat.
Yeah.
Is the plan.
The plan.
Right. Well, I'm good to head out. Are we leaving now, or do we have like an hour or two? What's the gist?
I mean,
So from the refuge, based off the maps, on foot, probably take you about a week to get there, as there isn't gonna be any like roads or anything for most of the journey. You're gonna be traveling by foot, which will slow, through like wilderness, which will slow down your progress significantly. We'll do some rolls and stuff to determine how quickly you make progress, but you do have time now at camp to like get ready and such.
no time like no time like the present.
Aoife, if the place that I'm going is still active, we can think about trying to get you like registered with them, and then you can probably call upon the information when you need to as well. Wizard to wizard.
A card-carrying wizard.
Have I actually got like a
Welcome to my
like a
business
card?
network.
it's
Totally not a pyramid scheme.
It's not. It's just for wizards who love wizards. Help wizards.
No, it's like being a
Whoa.
Freemason or something like that.
Yeah,
Ew.
I don't know what that is, but it has the word
don't-
free in it, so it sounds American.
I've got a
Yeah.
friend whose grandpa was like head of a Freemason in one of the fucking islands we have here.
It's the Freemasons are like the real organization that existed at a point in time that still kind of sort of exist, as I understand it, that a lot of people like attribute to being like the Illuminati or like the basis of the Illuminati and stuff like that.
Yeah. Very exclusive rich people club.
Oh,
Think
it's
of it
like
like that.
it's like a frat.
Hmm.
Okay.
Sorta. Anymore, yes.
Right. I can't hear you, Aoife.
Chloe knows, Aoife doesn't. The magic of playing a character who does not know much about the world.
That's
Um,
how the world works.
I don't. I'm sorry, I'm confused. So if the wizards, if everyone like knows each other, How do they all stay in touch?
Oh, there's magics for it.
That's a wonderful part about being a wizard.
Yeah. My master would use like a spell called scrying to sort of keep an eye on things, and then he sort of had a unique way of casting a spell called sending. You only get like 25 words. It's a bit weird.
Oh.
And he'd get me to write out the message for him first, so he wouldn't get lose track. He was a bit of a nitwit like that sometimes, but it was really charming.
It must have been nice to have a master, or like someone to teach you.
I thought your grandmother taught you.
No,
Um,
I picked up the book at random.
oh,
The house was on fire, and it was just
Is
me
sh-
in the book.
is she okay?
I'm sorry, but
Oh, she wasn't herself for a long time.
Well,
I'm sorry to hear.
if you ever need someone to teach you more of the arcane arts, I'm always here for you. Like I taught you the find familiar spell, I'm here to teach you anything else you need.
You're quiet again, Chloe. We can't.
I'm sorry, for those watching and listening, my mic broke like 5 minutes before session, so I'm struggling here. But yes, and now I have Una.
Yes.
Una's very sweet.
Yes. Ferocious little critter. You do realise familiars don't need to eat, right?
Then why does Una eat?
I don't know.
Some
Just
things
'cause
eat
she
for the
doesn't
sake of
need,
eating.
just because she doesn't need to doesn't mean she doesn't want
Yeah.
to.
It's giving fiend.
Don't you call Una a fiend?
No, I
How
mean the
very dare you?
I'm meaning the
I
spirit
challenge
There
you
is
to a
nothing.
duel.
A wizard jewel.
There is
okay.
nothing wrong with fiends. Do you have something against fiends?
No, I don't. What the?
I think
No.
we're at a good.
What's your
spot
protection
to
of
take-
fiends?
Yeah,
I
fiends
think,
are like.
I think I think we're at a
Everybody's
good
got their
spot
charm.
to take our like 15-minute break.
Yeah.
We'll say y'all are getting like prepped for the journey, and then once we're back, we can head out from camp.
Cool.
Cool. All right, we will be back in like 15 minutes, everyone. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the second half of our Menedegia session today. Last we left off, we were just about to head out south to the city of Sun Reserdu, where they could commandeer a ship to take them across the sea to Vordum. So can I get a couple of things for y'all as y'all head out? Can I get a running order, and then I need to know if y'all are moving quickly or stealthily.
I want to plunk myself right in the middle.
I'll take
Yeah.
it from-
I was going second because he has not great vision.
Yeah, I'll take the front.
I'll take up to the rear.
I got your back.
Sorry.
People just can't say that without
think
it
we
being
might be moving
taken
fast
dirty.
until
I
we get,
know.
like, a day or two out of San Reserdo. Is
All
that
right,
what-
I can't hear you, Lucas. Too many people were talking.
Oh, sorry. I think are we down to like be heading fast until we get to like a day or two out from San Reserdo, or leisure pace
I
throughout?
think moving fast probably would be best, at
Cool,
least
so move
until
fast till we get to a day or two out of San Reserdo.
Yeah.
moving speedily with haste.
Yeah, I feel like keeping our wits about us this far out probably not worth the time.
And one more time. I know I've got Calvis wants to be like second, Thaddeus wants to be middle of the pack. Where are the other three?
I'm first.
Okay. Calver's taking up the lead.
I'll take up the rear.
Aoife's second from the back.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Can I get... I need two things from y'all. Can I get a group athletics check?
Oh, crap.
And then can I also have everyone's passive perception scores?
Oh, crap.
Perception is 15.
I'm not a navigator, dude. I got a 9 passive perception and a 17 on my athletics.
My
Okay.
passive perception is 14.
And a big flip
So-
from last campaign.
Yeah, I know.
You all
hate it.
start
I hate
off
it.
at fairly decent pace. You make some really good ground through the woods. However, you do start to slow down a bit after a couple hours as your leader just doesn't quite have the stamina to keep up that pace for that long. So you go from like a jog, almost. to
You're
just
doing
more
great,
like
buddy.
like a comfortable walk after a while. The further you get away from camp, the more lively the forest becomes, with the sounds of different animals. You see many different birds. Aoife, you'd be familiar that these are the birds that are here during the winter time. So there's a very different variety of birds than what's here during the rest of the year. You spot deer here and there through the trees. Who's in the May? You're in the rear.
Mhm.
What is your passive perception again?
14.
14. Okay. As time starts to go by and it starts to grow dark, May, you really start to be unable to shake this feeling that you're being watched and possibly followed as well.
Kevin's
It's
out
hard
of
to
his shackles.
say.
It's hard to say with how much there's just like going on in the woods around you.
Yeah. I'll express that out to the group. And kind of inform everyone that something's funkin' in these woods here.
Where?
Wait, I think I have a feature for that. Is it Divine Sense? Hold
What's a
on.
feature?
You could use divine sense. List it out to me. All the things again.
All the things.
All the
Oh,
things
God.
that you detect.
All the small thing.
I'm gonna fucking
I
shoot
don't.
you.
It's not that great. Not the big description. As an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know a location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. You can use this feature for that prolonged rest.
Celestial fiend and undead.
Yeah.
You don't get anything.
Nah.
Um,
Can I make a perception check, please, to see if I
You
can
could,
see
yeah.
anything?
You can try.
No, I
You
don't
can
like that.
certainly try.
Like to try.
I'd like to.
I'll try as
23.
well. Never mind, you got it.
Good.
I'm in the middle for a reason.
Calvert, as you kind of look around after May kind of informs the group, you swear for just a fleeting moment that you see a figure kind of following you all through the trees, like up in the branches. Just
Wait.
for a
Right.
second, and then it
Humanoid,
disappears out of your sight.
animalistic.
Humanoid.
I don't know if I'm just seeing things because anxiety. Something up in the trees.
Man needs some
Elvis
Man
just
needs some
grabs
way.
his hammer.
anxiety meds.
In May,
Can Aoife go up the tree?
May also wants to go up the tree.
I'm gonna stick
Yeah.
right down here.
I don't even. have to
Elvis
roll
stays
that.
on
You
the
can
ground with a hammer.
Go up. You can go up the tree. Are you going up there just to like get a better vantage point or something? Because it's not like the tree right above y'all. It's like a couple trees back. is
Yeah,
where
they're.
it is.
Aoife goes up the tree to get a better vantage point, but also Calvert was like, "Yeah, I think they're coming from like up there." So
They're in the trees.
In the
they're in the
walls.
trees.
He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn wall.
Can I misty
Uh,
step into the tree above me?
If your heart so desires.
I stick very
Actually,
close to
no.
Calvis.
Calvert's gonna move closer. to
Don't
Calvis.
worry, Thaddeus, I got you.
Yeah. Calver's actually not going to miss his step because last time he missed his step someplace, he died. So
Okay.
almost died.
Trauma for
So
casting the spell
May
again.
and Aoife, you're able to pretty easily climb up the tree. They're like pretty climbable trees. And are you taking a look in like the other tree branches once you're up there?
I'll see if I can kind of like start, because I feel like May back in her happy place used to traverse the woods kind of a wee bit like Tarzan.
Yeah.
Or at
I'll-
least would be
I'll-
comfortable moving a little bit above
I'll
ground.
say for this, you can make an acrobatics check with advantage.
Okay. There we go.
Elliot, Calvis.
Can I like roam between the trees?
Yeah, sure.
Prepare to cast a spell if I see anything move. Like see that.
I'm just gonna say, don't get separated. Make sure to stay close.
Yeah. May, you're able to move through the trees pretty deftly. It like takes you a second. You're a little out of practice, but eventually the skills like come back to you, and pretty soon you're pretty nimbly moving through the tree branches, able to pick out like which ones are strong enough to support your weight and which ones aren't, and the like.
I'll see if casually as I'm moving about any sign of any other movement.
Yeah, I'll need you to roll a perception check for that.
Yeah.
Can I roll perception as well?
You may. I'll say anyone on the ground will be rolling at disadvantage. Anyone up in the trees can be rolling straight for these perception checks.
Just waiting patiently.
18. Yay!
Aoife, you as May like moves off back towards where not Lucas, Calvaire kind of saw like this figure, you suddenly like just like barely with your ears like some twigs snapping like right behind and above you.
Shit. Can I make a mad dash to follow the noise?
Yeah, you go to like dash after it, and as you turn and look up, you catch like the trailing end of a cloak kind of vanishing out of view and through the trees.
Oh, get it, girly.
Aoife, please.
Huh?
Can Aoife go after the cloak?
Yeah, you can pursue it.
What would I have to roll for that?
Calvis. No, go ahead.
No, because you had me roll a perception, but because if I see it, I rolled with
Yeah.
a
I think with
disadvantage and
I think with
still
a 14, you're able to pick up when Aoife sees something, but you yourself haven't spotted it yet.
Okay, never mind then.
So we'll go back to Aoife. You can make. I'll need you to roll acrobatics for this
Sorry,
to
were
pursue.
people on the ground able to roll?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Sorry,
It's
I was
with disadvantage.
Disadvantage if you're on the ground.
Okay.
22! 22!
Am I good to roll that, or should I just
Fucking
like
yeah.
it now?
You can go ahead and roll it now.
Sorry, I was like
Give me
I'm a
Sorry.
happy chappy.
a second.
perception.
I gotta look up the modifiers.
I got a 9 and a 19. That's
Aoife,
so
just like all other wolves, has a prey drive. If something runs off, she's gonna go
Right,
after
right.
it.
Num 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 num.
Okay. What'd you get? You got a 22? Okay, so
22.
you are able to just barely keep pace with whoever this is. Again, it's just like you catch maybe like the bot in your vision, like the bottom of a boots, the trail, the cloak, maybe like a hand as it like pushes off from branches, and you are chasing whoever this is through the trees, just barely managing to keep them. in your view. At times you lose them, but then through like sound, you're still able to kind of follow them through.
This is a wacky idea.
Uh-huh.
We love a wacky idea.
So
I love
if I'm
wacky ideas.
if Aoife's keeping pace with the figure,
Mhm.
that means that she'd be able to. Would that be classed as them being able to see the figure?
For the purposes of casting a spell,
Yes.
I'd say you could attempt it.
Okay. Can I cast magic missile?
Sure.
This is gonna go so well. So fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. So that's first level. So how many bolts is that? Uh,
3.
Okay, 3. Okay. So that's a 2, a 4, and a 3. So that's 9.
So you hear like you hear basically just like wow from in front of you, and in your excitement you continue to chase, which earns you what's your AC?
14.
Sorry, what's that?
14.
Yeah, okay. Which earns you a boot right to the face as you keep trying to chase. And I need you to make a dex save as you kind of get stunned and almost fall out of the trees.
That was a
Okay,
natural 20.
you manage to stay in the trees. And with a nat 20, I will allow you to attempt to latch on and grapple this individual.
Alright, what do I need to roll?
So that's athletics for you.
Athletic. Come on. No! I was rolling really good.
So
Ooh.
what, you like go to grab this individual, and you manage to get a hand on their boot, but they just slip their foot right out of it.
Oh, it's a great idea, Lucas. Blood curse of painting. Shit.
So you manage you have a hold of this individual's boot now, but they've slipped away into the trees.
Okay.
You do
As-
catch
as
a
they-
glimpse of skin that reminds you of Maze, though, as they slip out of the boot and into the trees.
Mate, I think one of your cousins is up in the trees.
What?
I don't know, their skin kind of looks like yours.
Give me a minute to get over to you. I was having a
Mm.
really nice time over here.
Yeah.
Can we
I'm
all get-
sorry. I have their boot. Like, I could maybe, like, shift and see if I could follow the scent for a bit.
I think you'd find it hard as a wolf to travel in these branches.
Yeah, I got kicked in the face. I'm not quite
Oh, you
myself
poor bean.
right
Come
now.
over here. Come over here. Let me look.
Just their nose is bleeding a wee bit. Like, I got kicked in the face really hard.
She starts wiping it away and then like gets a bit of her fur off of her and then stuffs it up your nose. There we go. There you go. And then she'll start giving chase after in the general direction that she pointed.
So you follow them, and basically what happens, the three of you on the ground are just kind of up watching around.
Yeah, but
And suddenly, in a flurry of crashing branches, just this like shape crashes down to the trees. And Thaddeus, can I have you make a dex save as this individual crashes down on top of you?
Fantastic.
And then after this, we can do your spell.
17.
Okay. So you manage to not get knocked prone as they land on you and kind of just spring off you to run down through the woods, like in the direction y'all were headed, but away from you. And
And
then you can go ahead and do your prepped spell, Calvis.
as soon as he can visually see him, he wants to abjure enemy.
Okay.
As an
and-
action, you can choose one creature within 60 feet of you that you can see to make a wisdom saving throw. Fiends and undead have disadvantage on the saving throw. On a failure, this creature is frightened and its speed is reduced to 0.
what's the DC?
13.
Yeah, he passes.
Okay, then his speed is halved. So can I try and tackle him?
Where were you in the running order?
Second.
So just in front of Thaddeus.
You can attempt it, yeah.
Can I try something?
Because he fell on, but Thaddeus was with me.
Yeah, I was
Right.
right next to Calvis.
So he springed off of Thaddeus. So as he runs past y'all, he'd have to go past you. So you could attempt to
Okay.
grapple him.
What kind of...
Athletics.
Come on, be with me this time. 12.
Yeah, no, he manages to this figure. That
Can
you
I just
see,
punch him then?
I'm gonna limit how many different things you can try
Okay.
to do.
Try something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I hold person?
You can try.
Cool, so that's a... Where is it? Wisdom save. DC 16.
Yeah, wisdom saves are not your friend here. He passes.
Oh, so they're very proficient in wisdom. So that means that they could be a cleric or
Warlock.
a warlock.
That's assuming
No,
that's assuming
that's
they have a player class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I get the ability to sense the fact that there's crashing down below us, or are we too far off at this point?
No, you would have been like enough on the trail to know that they're back on the ground.
Okay, I'm going to try and keep up in the trees, and then when I can see, because their speed is halved at the moment, I'm assuming, so they're enemy. Can I try and rocket grapple them? So like fly down from the trees and then tackle them into the ground?
I'll say you can do it. It will be a disadvantage.
Can I rage beforehand? If it's a strength, I can do it at flat.
Sure.
Please, can I help?
Have you both leap out of the trees at him? Yeah, it'll be disadvantage for you, but you can help.
I would like to say that Aoife shifts so that
Yeah, so I'll have you both roll that athletics check. For May, it's a straight roll. For Aoife, it's disadvantage.
Okay.
Could you let me know when I can act again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
tell you
same.
right now, it's not gonna happen. I rolled a nat 20 on that, and he has a good modifier. So sorry. So he takes off past you all. You all attempt to throw different spells at him and whatnot.
I just let him pass.
Yeah,
Bye.
Thaddeus, you let him pass after he almost knocks you to the ground.
Fair.
Calvis, you manage to slow him down a little bit, but in turn, as he runs past, he kind of lets out a shout and waves his hand, and the roots of the trees all around you start to twist and come to life, and entangle your limbs, turning the ground into difficult terrain for all of you all as you attempt to pursue.
Guys are very persistent.
How much is the
I
difficulty?
would like to dash. And because I'm mobile, it doesn't matter that it's difficult terrain.
All right.
And my speed is plus 10 because I'm also mobile.
But yeah, you're
a
able to
speedy
catch
boy.
up. You're able to catch up to him.
Can I
I'm sorry.
hit him with my hammer?
Bloody hell.
First,
Right to violence.
I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh. Shit. Net one.
Yeah. So you race up to this individual and you start to raise your hammer. And as you do, they kind of swing around and leaping backwards away from you. work another spell that hits you square in the chest. And at first, nothing happens, and you, like, with a feeling of victory, begin to bring down your hammer at this individual. But then suddenly, your body begins to shift and change and meld as you are polymorphed into a wee bunny rabbit.
Oh.
Does that remove the entangle?
Why?
To concentration? I was just checking. At least he's got a
Well, that's if he
amulet.
cast. That's if it was the spell entangle.
Oh,
he
sorry,
cast
it's because you said.
before.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Dr. Would I have been able to misty step out of the entangled zone?
You'd be able to get to a point where you'd only need to expend half your movement to get the rest of the way out of it.
Half my movement. So I've got 35 feet, so would I have. How many? Because it's all divisible by 5 and stuff. You know,
You'd have half your movement left after moving through the difficult
Am I
terrain
rounding up
and
or down.
mostly stepping.
I know, so my speed's 35. Am I rounding
have
up
that
or
Oh,
same
down?
so you'll have 20 left
Cool.
once you're out.
And expanding my movement, how far away is he? Or she? Or they?
He's still
Or
a good
it.
like he's still like a good 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
He
Uh,
or she.
I am going to just do a first level magic missile. All 3 darts going into them. Or should I? I don't know.
Do it. Also, could
I'm just
Aoife
gonna
go
try
and pick up?
comparison again.
Yes, you can pick it. You can pick up Rabbit Calvis.
Can I pick up Rabbit Calvis, please? Okay.
I'm just
What
gonna
does
go for-
Rabbit
very
Calvis look like?
Alex, do you want to describe?
You are like you would have normally been just like a white rabbit, but you've got like almost like a frosty blue tint to your fur.
Like
Yeah,
frosted
and-
tips but blue.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Gonna pet
Would-
the bunny. Aoife's
just-
petting the bunny. Like,
gonna
it's
try
okay,
another-
Calvis.
Calvis
you
just
tried."
feels all this embarrassment
Okay.
as he's basically the
So-
opposite of what he wants.
At this point, let's all roll initiative, so that
Also-
we're not fighting over each other to do things.
Yeah.
With the 23 athletics, did that do anything?
No, because I had a 28 on
Fuck
his
you.
athletics check. I did roll a nat 20 on his
That's
against it.
fair.
You do
That's
crits on ability scores.
Did you roll a 20?
No, I'm just wondering like if that's the thing.
Oh no, but he also had a big enough modifier so that like I don't do crits on abilities, but it was a 20 plus his modifier, which
Yeah,
set
that's
it
fair.
well above. Is all I meant by that.
Cool beans.
Cute baba. Cute baba.
Okay.
At least it's not a Watership Down themed campaign. At least it's not that.
With revenant grannies.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to die.
Okay. So Thaddeus, it is your turn.
I don't even know what I want to do because I didn't do anything throughout the whole bit, and I don't think he's really got anything that could really help. So I'm just looking around confused because I didn't even see this person to begin with. So
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, my turn's just skipped.
Cool. So having bought himself enough room to like breathe and think, this individual who turns back to face you all, and you can now see his face. He has long black curly hair, a thin beard, greenish skin that is very similar to May's, as well as markings on his face. And he raises his hand as if in like surrender, but then you feel magic pulse through you all as he upcasts Charm Person, so that it hits all of you all.
This guy's
I
high
need all
level.
of you all.
But
I
I'm
need
not
all
a
of you.
person.
You're
What?
humanoid,
Still a
I
creature.
believe.
You have to charm a humanoid you can see within range.
Yeah, it's if your creature type was face. So if you're a centaur, centaur, or changeling, because your creature type is fate, it wouldn't affect you.
No, I'm a bunny.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. You're still polymorphed, but
Yeah.
you don't have
You're
to.
a bunny.
Everyone else, I need to roll a wisdom save.
Yeah.
I'm failing this.
So
Oh, I'm not
great.
failing this. Oh wait, hang on. Save DC might be
So
really high.
great.
because we're in
is a-
combat, are we getting this at advantage?
We're not in combat. I was just rolling initiative so that we would have a
Okay.
turn order.
Fair.
Are we like hostile to this guy? 'Cause I
Yeah,
think that
that's
that
kinda what I was
like
checking.
qualifies if it's an advantage.
I think
or
the
not.
only person that would have reason to be hostile at this individual would be Aoife, because she did get a boot in the face.
Yeah.
So I'll say
Yeah.
Aoife can roll at advantage against this.
Thank you.
Oh no, same roll.
Still fail. Thaddeus and Calvert save, but May and Aoife both fail, and you both suddenly like, oh, why are we chasing this guy? He seems
just a
like
little
real
guy.
nice and friendly, and you kind of slow down and like stop as he does as well. Calvis, you're still bunny rabbit. And he's just like, okay, hey, hold up. There's no need to. We could stop with the magic missiles and all the spells and whatnot. I mean,
Kicked
you all
me
know
in the
harm.
face.
You grabbed my foot.
You
You
were
kicked
following
someone-
us.
You're in my area. Of course, I'm
The
gonna
woods
be.
don't
seeing what
belong
you're
to
doing.
anybody. They're woods.
I'm sorry, who is this guy?
Introductions. Hi, I'm Calvert. You are.
Really pretty.
None of your business.
Oh, nice to meet you. Know you. You're none of your business. Nice to know why you're following us. It's your woods, but I don't see your name on it.
Your parents must hate you to name you none of your
It's
business.
not my woods. I'm just been tasked with patrolling this area.
Asked by who?
Own it. The person that gives me tasks.
And who's that?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Your mom.
We would like to know.
And then
That's not holding this
as things are starting to get a little bit heated, he kind of cocks his head at you, May, in like recognition, almost. And May, a name doesn't come to you, but this individual, you recognize him a good bit from your time with the Coven.
What's
Yeah, it's just like, oh, don't I know you from? What was your? Yeah, it's just one of those. Like you know each other, and you know from where, but that's like it.
what are you doing here?
I was sent to. Well, I guess. See where you'd gone off to.
Sent by his mom.
He's not my
mean-
mother. Literally.
May, can you tell your cousin to stop kicking people in the face?
Yeah,
It's very
or should
mean and
introduce
it
yourself.
hurts.
It's very rude to not introduce yourself.
Some things don't need names.
It's very rude to
Calvin's
throw
fault.
spells at people for no reason.
Well,
Can
sorry,
Aoife throw the boot back?
We're quite
Thank
on
you.
edge.
He takes his boot and he puts it back on, and then with a snap of his fingers, he ends polymorph. And
Meh.
Calvis, you are suddenly back
Never mind.
in full person form, still in Aoife's arms.
Yeah, they put you down.
I don't think you can carry me.
No.
Yeah, I feel like it
I-
very much
I-
just be like a drop.
I think I was about to say.
So,
Just
May,
in
you
the
know this
snow.
person?
We've met in passing.
Right, and he was
Yeah,
what, sent
that's-
to look out for you.
I disappeared. I'm thinking they might have wanted to know where. I still don't know why I disappeared though. How does the Coven fare?
We've been better and worse. You know, it's difficult times for all.
It is. I heard from I talked to I talked to them last night. They showed me something quite troubling. Do you
At
know how
that-
the woods?
He kind of stands like really up straight, almost as if, and like, not completely, but his hair seems to like raise a bit, almost as if standing on end, before he like shakes it away. That's not possible.
Why?
It's not my place to say.
It's your place to say now. Speak.
I think you should speak with Lenanshi.
Where is she?
In an in-between of sorts. I can take you there if you promise to behave yourselves.
Is it nearby?
It's everywhere.
In a way.
I just realized we have 30 people with us.
Yeah, wait, mate. If this is everywhere, that means it's in Vodum as well.
It's everywhere.
So could it be a potential shortcut?
That's
we'll find
up,
out. and
that
that's up
would
to them.
be up to our host.
I guess we better be good guests.
Right. And he sort of looks around. I suppose this is a good place as anywhere. And he pulls from like a pouch on his belt a small, it's a piece of silver carved into the shape of a leaf with the pattern of a leaf embossed into it. And he kind of looks it over and then tosses it into the ground. And what happens before you all is vines start to sprout up from where it lands, and they begin to shape into this before you.
I do not want to talk with vision in this
Yeah.
scene.
Cannot see.
Oh,
We see nothing.
I see
Yeah.
darkness.
Damn it.
Dead people.
Is that better?
Your
No.
mother sucks
No.
cocks in hell.
Oh boy.
No.
Good.
Oh no,
there-
no,
there we
no,
go.
no,
Or-
no.
Oh,
There
there we
we
go.
go.
There we go.
Also, and shout out to Elliot for putting this
Hey,
piece of
I
art
did that.
together.
Hey.
Elliot,
Um,
fucking
But
sick.
I'd recognize this
door
art anywhere.
appears out of the ground and creaks inwards and opens a bit. And Milo sort of waves you all to follow him as the name finally comes to you, May. He waves you all to come and follow him in.
Wait, we're going into the creepy door?
I think before Calvar goes in, he'll probably go to the other end of the door to see what's see
Yeah,
what's
you go around to the other side, and actually you can't see the door. It disappears as you go around to
He
the
runs
other
around
side.
thinking he's got left
Ah.
behind.
This is
Yeah,
kind
when
of
you come
concerning.
back around, it's visible.
Are we all going in?
May starts going on.
Oh, crap.
Well, I mean, I trust me.
I'm gonna follow me.
As she's walking in, I'm assuming Milo's beside the door.
Milo has already walked inside.
God damn it. But yeah, May'll walk in.
I'll follow.
Is May.
Mhm.
This place is safe, right? I mean, we're leaving our 30 people behind. We need to return to them. We can't just.
Are they not coming with us?
Are they coming with us? Then hold on, let's grab them. Guys! We found the door! Come!
thinks they should be welcome.
And as you all enter, oh, where did Milo's token go? One second. Pause for
Where?
technical difficulties.
Oh my god. Milo, where
This
did you
technical
go?
difficulty is
Loka?
brought to you by misplacing a token.
Yeah.
Into that.
Fun character fact:
Oh.
Calvert is a sad boy.
Here
What
on-
music does Calvert listen to?
Ski.
Mitski. Mitski. Yeah, Mitski. Load of Mitski.
Sure.
So much Mitski. Losing dogs on repeat.
Yeah.
That
Possibly I'm
one-
your man.
That one song by The Royal and the Serpent. Overwhelmed.
You gotta specify.
Yeah, Overwhelmed by Royal and the Serpent.
I'll look that up.
It was on TikTok for a while. It was quite popular on TikTok.
Probably have heard it.
Either that or it was definitely a For Me page.
Mm.
I feel like they also listen to Troy Sivan, but like when you get the depressed, like happy
Oh, yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Bloom.
Sometimes you just gotta feel the rush.
Yeah.
Right. And the day you touch.
I've just been staring at that bunny gif that I put in the chat.
It's so adorable.
It's really cute. For
It
those listening or watching who aren't us and aren't able to access our chat, it's a gif of a rabbit being pet, and it's on someone's like shoulder, and it's very cute, and its wee nose is twitching.
It is very cute.
Very sweet.
Its wee nose is twitching.
All right. As
The
you all
shooter be
walk,
booping.
so here we go. As you all walk through the door, you are basked in the golden, glowing light of many candles and lanterns along the walls. As you walk into a tavern,
Do not own a token division in this scene.
Division.
Wait, is
cannot
this
see.
gonna be?
Is
This
this
is gonna
the
be
tavern?
the
Oh!
Is this the one-shot
that guy-
tavern?
Yes!
Yes.
Everybody,
Yeah.
Very
prepare.
yellow.
The bartender is here.
The hot bartender.
You're right.
Let's go.
Sexy bartender, where are you?
Is Parsley here? Is there
Look at
weird
Milo.
bunny here?
Let's look at that Milo scene.
Zion.
Ooh,
Um,
look at that femboy.
Oh my god, what a femboy.
That fey
Yeah.
femme.
Yeah.
My pronouns
he
are
sits.
fey femme.
He stands in front of you all. The tavern is pretty empty, except for a very tall and large figure standing behind the bar, who kind of waves in greeting to Milo as he enters, and then kind of looks at the rest of y'all a bit confused as you enter. May, you recognize Linanshi seated at one of the tables, as well as a few other members of the coven seated alongside.
Who are all also very hot.
Yeah, so hot. Everyone in here, so hot.
Yeah.
It's really
And
quite
after
disconcerting.
a moment, the names start to come to you. Seated over here, long red hair with a crown of flowers set upon it, is Autumn. Seated at the bottom of the table, we have Varaya, and then seated at the other end is Notes.
Notes. Stuff in notes.
Ivy Winters.
Don't make me retcon it to that. That would be so fun.
Do it.
They are, and Ivy.
Baby Winters.
Winters.
And their
That's a
names
canon
come
event.
to you after a moment. But yes.
Um,
And then after kind of getting his bearing, the barkeep says, "Y'all, oh, welcome to the Verdant Vale. I wasn't expecting newcomers tonight. Please, welcome. Grab a seat.
What
Relax.
is this place?
Oh, it's my tavern and inn.
Been in
I
an
thought
inn
this was
before.
supposed to be easy to access. I didn't think you'd need a magic door.
Albert.
Well, it's a rather exclusive sort of inn.
Oh, okay.
Typically members only.
Right.
But I take it you are guests of Miss Lananshi.
How does one
Um,
become a member?
It's a process.
Okay.
That's all I'll say
Kinda
right
vague.
now. Well, the instructions and rules are vague as well, as they are subject to my whim.
Lovely to meet you. I am Calvert.
Calvert, thank you. Pleasure to meet you as well.
And you are...
Aoife, and this is Una.
Aoife. Una, oh, delightful. And gestures to the rest of you.
Thaddeus Grimshaw.
Thaddeus.
Calvus.
Thank you. Calvus. And
these
I
are-
recognize you from your friends discussing you. I think you're sorry, above table. I think you're mistaken, Elliot. Y'all did not bring the refugees with you.
Oh.
They are
Where
back,
are they then?
they are back with Oren and co.
Mhm.
Just to clear that up.
Yeah.
You have guests. You're gonna make money tonight.
Oh no, those guys.
Oh no.
But my name is Vass. I am the humble owner, a proprietor, and barkeep of this establishment. Couple of ground rules for you, really quick, since it's your first time. We don't accept gold here as currency. We will sort out anything you may treat yourselves to while you're here at a later time. Consider it a tab of sorts. There will be no spell casting on the premises of any sort. And lastly, don't be a downer. I
Does he look
really
fey?
hard to keep up an atmosphere here.
Right. Okay.
The way
Does he look fey?
the way Vass looks is he looks like what someone who had never seen an elf before would picture them based off their descriptions, but some of the features are wrong. He has very long, ornate antlers that come out from his head, very long, almost claw-like hands. And you notice actually as he begins to work, cleaning different mugs and glasses and the sort, that actually he has 2 sets of arms. And he stands quite tremendously tall.
Can we get a number?
Can we get a number?
For the
Does he
height,
pass May and Calvis? Does he pass May and
yeah.
Calvis?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
given.
Vass is like 8 feet tall. 9 if you count the antlers.
We always count the antlers.
Always.
Yeah, no, he stands in an area though that's like the ground is sunken a little bit, so he's about the same. He's only a little bit taller than someone standing on the other side of the bar would be when you walk up to the bar. Yes.
Vas, was it? You said no spell casting. What about
No, I won't allow it.
Okay, but what about spells that are persistent, like a familiar? Are they allowed, or should I not have them summoned on the premises?
Oh no, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine, of course.
Right.
Um,
To second that, what about and yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. I'm just a bit nervous, actually. Have you got water? Or
yes, yes, I
Okay.
do. Would you like still or sparkling?
What the fuck is sparkling? Does this cost whatever the tab is, or is water free of
We'll
charge?
settle that out later, darling. And water is complimentary.
Okay, just the is still water ice? No, I'll have still water, but can it be
All right.
running?
Would you like that? Would you like that with the ice?
Yes.
All right. And he goes and he scoops up some ice out of a big thing, pours it in. And you notice as he goes to fill water, there isn't a tap of any sort. In fact, there's like a channel of water kind of running back along the backside of the bar where a bunch of the bottles are stacked on shelves, and he dips the cup in there and fills it up, and just fresh spring water, the best, and sets it on the edge of the bar.
What is sparkling water?
Oh, it's like normal water, but it's a bit feisty.
How do you make that? I'm just genuinely curious.
I wouldn't know. I don't make any. I don't make it. It arrives that way.
Oh, okay.
Vas.
Yes.
That was your name, right?
Yes.
I
There's
ask
one
if
of
you
them.
don't. Alright, I'll take note of that. I'll come back to you about that. Hold on. Hold that thought. Alright. So this step, right?
Sorry, I was
Is
looking
it-
at the Twitch chat. What?
Yes, sorry. So if it's not gold that's on the tap, what exactly are you putting on the tap? Of course, I just want to know
Oh,
what we're in for in the
Nothing.
future.
Nothing. You'll be sorry to lose.
And what might that be?
I'm afraid it varies. We come to a sort of agreement when you settle out the tab later on. I promise it's nothing like your soul or anything like that.
Alright. It sounds like a very fayish deal. Like, making a deal, not really knowing
Um,
what you're getting into.
You know, I'd like to think the Fae take a little bit more after me than I take after them.
Really? Alright.
That's neither here nor there.
I'll take Aoife by the hand. Aoife, I've got some people I want you to meet.
Hello.
Hi. You know how you protected your woods?
Mhm.
These people also protect a lot of other woods. I think you'd like them.
Okay. I'm gonna get some milk first because that
Okay.
was really cool. What Vas did with the water, and I want to see it again.
He's really hot. But
I don't know what that means, but okay.
it's fine. You'll understand in time. Come over and talk to us after you've got your milk, alright?
Okay. Aoife goes over to the counter. Hi Vas.
Hello,
Could you do
Aoife.
could you do that cool thing again that you done with the water, but like for milk?
Oh, what kind of milk would you like?
There's more than one kind?
Well, they come from different things. I think I also have some flavors here as well. Do you like strawberry?
Oh, yeah, I really like strawberries can be in milk. That's so cool.
They've figured it out in some places. Yes.
I will have that, please.
There he goes, and he
love
pulls
talking to
he pulls down on like a little string, and the water stops flowing down the channel. And he pulls another one, and this like faintly pink colored liquid starts flowing down. Oh, did you want ice?
Thank you.
Milk.
What is
Okay,
it with the ice?
he gets the other glass and he dips it into the channel and fills it up And then he turns it off and he sets it before you. It's a rather large, like, mug.
Thank you. That was really cool. It's like magic. Yeah. Thank you.
It
And
is.
that-
Yeah.
That's really cool. Also, this might be rude. I'm not that good with people. But are you like me? Like, are you like a shifter? Because you have like the
When I
that-
desire to be.
That's so cool.
Pleasure.
Okay, cool. Bye. And then Aoife goes back over to me.
Cool. Can I thing?
Yo, everyone kind of cut out for me for a
Yeah,
second.
it did it for me as
Yeah,
well.
for me as well. Oh, I thought it was me.
Yeah, I thought it was me
I
as
think it was
well, but it
me.
was everyone. Okay, that's
That was
good.
just Discord.
Probably just
Yeah.
Hiccup. Anything for anyone else? I can get
Do
some
you
food prepared as well. If you need to eat.
do you have straight vodka?
Straight vodka. Yes, I believe, and his arms all kind of flutter about as he searches through the bottles. Is yes, dry or on the rocks.
Whatever is your favorite. I'll do your
He Puts up
recommendations.
some ice into a short glass, pours some vodka over it, and sets the glass before you on the bar.
Thank you very much.
Thaddeus.
Well,
Anything to
why were we here again?
over here? I believe Milo invited you all in.
Yes.
I gather that Lunanshi would like to speak with you all. She's quite the regular these days.
Oh. Let's see, we're gonna check that out. Did you say you could make food? I mean, I have a lot of food with
Yes,
me. If
I'd
you need
have to
any.
I'd have to get the kitchen fired up. I do also have some pastries and sweetmeats and the like already prepared, but anything hot will take a little bit of time, sadly.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't bother. Don't worry.
I've already let the staff go home for the night, so it's just me running
Eh.
this evening.
May I walk over to Lananshi?
Okay.
Get over there.
Aoife's with me.
Okay.
May's holding Eva's hand.
Oh.
Thaddeus, Calvis.
Thaddeus walks out to Bass.
Yep.
Like there was a quaint little tavern in Taithana that they had like this hog roast one year, like 8-9 years ago, and they served it with this really nice red wine.
Right.
And I wondered if you could create something like that.
You said about 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was on the winter
Was
solstice.
it can you describe the wine a bit more to me?
Kind of like a rich taste.
Rich taste, okay. Oh, I might actually have a bottle of that. And he kind of he's digging through like a wine cooler type deal. So, I might actually here it is. I think this is that exact same vintage.
Oh Christ! I'll take a glass of that if that's okay.
So of course, and he pulls a glass down from above him, pulls out the cork, and gently pours a very hefty pour into the glass and sets it before you, before stopping the bottle again and putting it back in.
I was just a regular person 4 weeks ago. What the hell's going on? Walk over. I'm gonna stick with Calvis and Calver, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where are you two hanging out then?
Oh, where
Caldus
are we
and
hanging out?
Caldus and Calder,
Mine.
the sea gang.
I don't know. I think you'd like to go over to the piano and try and play it.
Yeah.
I'll join you. I'll just lean against the wall.
A bard multi-class coming in the future.
Could I? Are you just gonna hang out by the bar? Whoops. Can I get a performance check from you?
Sure.
Okay,
Well.
yeah. You're a little bit out of practice, but after warming up a little bit and testing out the keys, you're able to play like a pretty simple, like relaxed tune. I'd say something like what the music is playing right now.
Yeah. I'm just
It is the most like perfectly tuned piano you've ever touched.
Where did you learn to play like that?
This is my first time touching a piano.
Really? You're kidding
I'm
me?
just kind of feeling it out. I got some lessons when I was younger, but it's been
Alright.
2 years. May as well be my first time touching piano. I'm not that good. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good. I couldn't do it myself, so.
I
Hold on.
will teach you a song at some point.
Alright. Scooch.
Knocks me off.
Pulls you back.
Ah! Right. So I'm going to play this bit here. You just do the keys here, and you sort of want to go down, and after you go down twice, you want to go back up twice, and then tap that 3 times, then go up twice, down twice, and then tap the first one 3 times. We'll fill it out. It'll be fine.
Can I make a performance check?
Sure.
Can it be with advantage because I'm giving a hell?
Yes.
I'm not
What
perfect.
song are
Oh,
you
wait, that's
wanting
not
to
the song.
play?
Do you know that? So it's like
Oh, mhm.
That's what I was trying to describe because I remember in
It's a
high school,
19. It's a 19.
yeah. Wow, you're actually really naturally good at this. You should really keep at it.
Oh my god,
honestly,
she's really
this is-
good.
Honestly, I've never touched a piano before. You're literally just. I'm just doing what you're saying here. I have no clue what I'm doing.
No, you've got a natural knack for it. You should like learn. You know?
Thank you. I've
Maybe you
never
could get,
really
like,
seen a piano
keys.
before.
Like a piano key or something, like with a hammer. It's like a piano.
DM, do we have pianos in the Feywild?
No.
Harpsichords.
Okay.
So,
Right, well, I'll try that sometime.
as you two mess about with the piano, May and Aoife walk up to the table where Lananchi is sitting. She is a timeless-looking sort of individual. Her hair is like a gray silver color, very long, and she wears a very comfortable but well embroidered looking dress. There isn't any like obvious sign of aging in her features, but yet something in her eyes communicates to you just the years she has witnessed as an individual. She holds a glass of a white wine in her hands and sips from it casually, chatting with the others as you walk up, and she nods to Milo. Says, "Oh, Milo, dear, what is it you found?" And then turns and sees you, May. And she kind of just freezes for a second before sitting upright and setting down the glass and just kind of leaning forward. May, darling, is that you? It's been so long.
It has been a while, hasn't it? May
Yeah.
will go up to the table, kind of next to her, and will get down on her knee and reach up for her hand to put a kiss on her finger.
Yes, she kind of extends her hand forward and sets it into yours. We were worried terribly about you, darling, ever since you just wandered off. It's been a rough time as of late, as I'm sure you've gathered.
He sent me away. I don't know why he sent me away, but he sent me away. And then
He
I
was-
spoke to him last night, and I'm very worried about what he said.
He was protecting you, my child.
From what?
From what he couldn't protect himself from.
Where is
I
he?
do not know what exactly has happened to him, nor exactly where he is. All I know is that he was taken.
Taken. Where? When?
I do not know. Oh, a fortnight ago.
So
He,
you're saying
the f-
I've been up here for 2 weeks. I've been walking for weeks. And they fuck.
he fought and tried to fend them off. I'm afraid most of where you once called home is just fire and ash now. And I never thought I'd see the child of a god fall.
How could you take him? How do you take something like that?
I
How the
don't
fuck
know.
do you even
They-
How?
I have lived longer than I think you could guess. And in that time, I have seen magics beyond what can be comprehended or worked, and what I saw happen to him was beyond any of that. They've I don't know what they've done or what they intend to do, but it is a dark time for us all, my child.
It's the fucking Ingonites, isn't it?
Yes,
It's those pricks. Murdering every last one of them, I swear. There will be a river of blood by the time I'm fucking through.
I don't know if they can be stopped at this point, my child.
I don't care. They can try. What's up, my darling?
Who's your friend here, my child? I've not been introduced.
This is
Aoife.
Eve.
Sorry. Aoife gives me his hand a little tug. Not roughly. I don't know who he is. But if he's been taken, then we can probably get him back.
Thank you, darling. I'm sure
Hi.
we can. Lenanche, this is Eve. This is a new friend I've met. She's very sweet.
I am the mother, Lenanchi, and these, gesturing to the three individuals sat with her, along with Milo and May, are my children, so to speak, in a less than literal sense. We have sadly been forced from our home as of late. And my dear friend Vass was so kind to take us in.
Have I met Vass before?
No.
No, definitely not. Would I know of Vass?
No.
I mean, Vast is really cool. Have you seen the trick that he done with like
I have.
the
Yes, I actually, in a way, helped him build this place.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, we have quite the history.
Mm. She's so confused.
I think at this point May is just like scratching the back of Aoife's head.
Scratching the ears.
Yeah, getting the ear scratches in there. Alright. Well, if he's taken and we're getting him back, do we know? We've no idea where he's been taken to. Do we know where we can find out where he's been taken to?
I will do what I can to find this information. He is more dear to you though than any of us, though we do revere him for, if not himself, his origin.
I'll owe you a favor.
I will do this for you freely.
If it means that it's quicker, I'll give you a favor.
I know you do not offer that lightly, my child.
It's not.
I will do what I can as quickly as I can.
Please.
She leans forward and cups your face with one hand. My child, he can never truly be lost so long as you live. Know that.
I know.
And just as the forest returns after a fire, so will he in time.
You know, the great thing about bodies and blood, they make really good fertilizer.
That they do.
Nothing grows like a battlefield. Thank you.
Yeah.
May just kind of gets up. And she'll go over to Vass for a bit and just kind of sit there.
I think wordlessly he'll just slide like a mug of an ale and some sweets like pastries and cookies and
Aw.
sort over to you,
Mm.
and just let you kind of sit quietly and munch on that.
I'm sorry, Miss Lenanchi?
Lenanshi, dear. And there's no need for any apology.
Who, like, you were referring to a he before. Who is that? And if they've been taken and not killed, then why do you speak as if they're dead?
That is less than simple to explain, child. He is almost more a force than a being, though he does exist in what could be called, in simple terms, flesh and blood. I do not know what the Ingwanite king, what that madman Yorgfell wants with with the child of a god, but I don't think it can be good.
Child of a god? Which one?
Yes, it. Well, there's only really two that matter, and they're fledglings, and only one that I care to associate myself with, and that is the nature god, the god of life and death and most things that affect us here on the mortal realm.
Okay.
And your friend's beloved, who is by some called Ishtern, is his child.
Oh. That. A lot of the dots are connecting. The cool nature stuff that May does.
Yes.
Oh. And Aoife just has this little moment of realization. It's really cool. I didn't even know gods could have children. I thought they were just people
It's-
up in the sky.
It is both simpler and more complicated than that, and I can only feign to truly understand it all. In many ways, the gods are just like you and I. But also in many others, we have as much in common with them as we do the stars in the sky.
I suppose that's why they're gods and not people. I
Aye.
guess. May said something about you folks like protecting forests, and that we should get to know each other because, that's what I done with my home, against the Ignites.
Yes. Once we were much more numerous, and we tended to many of the forests of the land as faithful servants of nature. However, in recent times, she gestures to Milo, Autumn, Ivy, and Varia. We are all that remains.
How did that happen? I mean, did that happen when? Well, as a player, I'm awful at remembering names, and now Aoife is also awful at remembering names. When did that
York-
happen? No,
Yorkfell, the new king.
no. May's the godchild, child god,
It's turn.
Ishtern. Did that happen when Ishtern was taken, or was that like
That
because Ignites have been pillaging the land for as
That
long as
is-
I can remember.
that is when we finally had to leave from our central home. But yes, it is since King Jorf fell and since his reign that we have lost many of our numbers.
I'm sorry for your loss. I think that's what I'm supposed to say. My granny died like 3 months ago, so I know how you feel a little
sorry.
bit.
They are one with the trees they so cared for now.
That's
And
a nice way to put it.
like the
My
trees
granny's
you
somewhere
will
else.
grow. You seem like someone who shares in our love of nature.
It's it's all I've really known, really. I grew up in a cabin in the woods, not that far outside of Undeer, which is up north, I think. I've never been anywhere else.
You've lost your home, like us.
Yes.
You've lost your family.
I only really had my granny to begin with, and even then, she wasn't her by the end, not really.
Child, I do not offer this lightly, but if you wish it, I could take you in as one of my own, as I have done for the rest of my children.
How would that work? Would that mean that you'd be like my mum then? I've never had a mum.
In a way, as these all call me mother, so could you. And there is a process to it, and some change.
I'm used
But
to
again,
change.
This is something I would not have you decide without thinking it over.
Okay. I don't know if it impacts anything, because I don't really know what the process is, but I'm a shifter, and on a full moon, werewolf thing. My granny was a werewolf. I'm a werewolf. Don't know if that's might make me exempt.
No, that's no problem at all. Perhaps that is something we could help teach you to harness, as all my children originally came from very different walks of life, and were once all much more different than they are alike.
You know, I've only talked to you like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. But I think you and me as well, I think you guys have been the only people to not treat me as if I'm some freak. Even the other people I'm here with, when I'm myself, when I'm truly myself, they throw up, they get grossed out. And it's like, you don't condemn a cat for hunting a mouse. So why would you condemn someone for eating a person?
And she'll reach out and take your hand and squeeze it softly, and in a whisper speak to you. My child, would you like to know a secret?
Okay. I've never been told a secret before.
It's a secret we all share. And I do not mean this to be rude, but you are a freak, but so are all of us. And it's why we get along so well, because we're freaks.
You're fucked up, man.
You need therapy.
Do you think I wear this cap because I'm normal?
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
But there's nothing wrong with embracing your nature. And their nature is perhaps to not fully understand yours.
I mean, I don't know how many shifters there are in the world, but I mean, I was in the refugee camp for a few months, like before Granny died, and then after I was there like all the time. And I don't think most people are supposed to eat other people. Or want.
And who makes those rules?
They don't
They're made of
seem.
the same. They're made of the same flesh as the animals that are preyed upon.
May raises her glass to that.
You can hear it all the way from over there.
Yeah. You heard that one
That was the
sentence, it
so
was
as well.
like, yep, that's the one.
It shall drink to that.
I don't know if it was a me thing, because growing up, Granny was the same, and ever since she was gone for a while before she was truly gone, I guess. But when I was in the camp, no one seemed like I'm hungry all of the time, and it never stops. I eat. I'm not full. I want more. I hunt a deer, and I'm still ravenous, even as every morsel that could be savoured has been. And it never stops, and I don't think anyone else has really been like that. I don't think that's normal.
You tried to reject this power that you have, but I see recently you've begun to embrace it.
I think before I didn't feel bad or shame or whatever. It was only after I left the woods and people were scared, and and I guess I wasn't normal, and that's whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize it was wrong, and then I'd never had friends before either, and I wanted to have friends, so I tried to fit in, but then that wasn't enough either, and now I'm kind of stuck.
My child, there's nothing wrong with the power you have. But you need to decide if you are going to let this power rule you, or if you are going to rule it.
I want to choose when I'm hungry. I don't want it to be all the time. I just want it to be some of the time, when it's handy.
I might be able to help you, if you would like my help, child.
I would. You guys are really nice. And my friends are nice as well. But they come from different walks of life, and that's fine. But I don't think they understand me the way that you have. And that's okay, I think. I don't know. Like, when I was in the camp, that's the most people I've ever seen. Before, it was just me and Gran and the creatures and crawlies. And then it was like 300 people. And that was just like, whoa.
That is a lot of people. And from the sleeves of her dress, she produces a small vial that contains a poultice. This might help. It won't give you complete control over this power, but it might help send you down the path to mastering it. Though it does not come without its sacrifices. And she hands it to you. And that above table, I don't have an item for you to add to your inventory for this.
That's
If
cool.
you want to write it down.
Wait there, let me. I'm not left-handed. Hold up, I'm holding my mic with my right hand.
Yeah,
Give me
you're
a
good.
second.
Let me know when you're ready.
Don't miss write it down for you and I can send it to you.
No, it's okay. I've got it. Right, go.
So this is, you can just write it down as Lananshi's potion. And it has a number of effects that some can be optional, but the first is that by consuming it, you will start the process to change your origin from Shifter to Hexblood and enter into the Coven. Now, if you do that, we can still work in where you keep the Shifter abilities and stuff to change form, because I don't want to take that away from Aoife. So we can homebrew your character sheet a little bit to do that.
Okay.
The second feature, and this one is completely optional. So this is, if you take it, you can choose whether or not you want to do this. Is if you would so like, you can respec your levels in Wizard into Blood Hunter.
Oh,
If you would
sounds
like-
really good.
If you would like to do that.
I would like to do that.
So you would just be
Yeah.
have all your levels in Blood Hunter.
Yes.
I just know you weren't. It seems like you weren't really vibing with Wizard after you started getting into the character. So I thought giving you the chance to do that.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I think
So-
a little bit above table, some Aoife meta for everyone and anyone watching. Aoife only started learning magic and stuff like that after she picked up her granny's recipe book, which was not a recipe book. So it was never something she was that comfortable with. It was just, oh, hey, these guys aren't gonna kill me if I do a firebolt. Whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think if you go down that route, I will also rework the spell book so that you still maintain some casting abilities through
Okay.
it. So probably like your cantrips and maybe a couple of spells as well.
Okay, that's cool. I'll be happy to do that.
All right.
Both
so
Aoife
once
and
we
me will
end-
be happy to do that.
Once we end session, you're welcome to make that change to your character
Slay.
sheet.
Cool.
We have been with Aoife and May for a bit, so I want to open up an opportunity for the rest of the party to RP out anything they'd like to while we're here.
I think eventually Calvis just heads back to the bar and just stares into the abyss while drinking his vodka.
Yeah, I'd say occasionally Vass pops up your glass. You know, this
Occasionally.
nice chilled vodka, yeah.
I think
So how long have you been working here?
Well, I made it, so... Oh, jeez, what year is it?
Honestly,
I
I
lose
don't know.
track
I
so
have just
easily.
gotten here, really. I don't even know.
Okay. Well, not very long. But long is awfully relative, isn't it?
Question. What's the last year you remember?
Oh,
I mean,
well,
if you lost track of time, I mean.
well, I lose track every so often. See, I remember the comet. I remember the war, nasty business that. And I guess I suppose I lost track sometime around when the Dragon King was slain.
Fair.
Which it's
I would give
probably
you an
been
answer.
it's probably been a while since that happened.
I wish I could tell you how long it's been, but
Time
I
is such a
wouldn't know.
silly thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Fine. My friends might know. I just I am not from this place. You, if you want to know about
Yeah,
the time.
I could. Oh, I could tell. You don't look like you're from the material plane. No offense. And I've had my fair share of time amongst the Fae. You though, Thaddeus, there's such an interesting air about you. Something so familiar, but I just can't quite place.
Familiar. Oh, familiar.
Yes, it's like it's almost like you're oh, like you're a very distant relative or something like that. Just an air about you that's
Huh.
familiar.
Well, I don't know about that, but I was kind of like intrigued with your chat about history and things like that. It's kind of my call to life, I guess.
Oh, you're a historian.
My mother was a well renowned historian. I'm probably not going to do too well in her footsteps, but I'm trying my
You
best.
lived in quite a rather interesting time to be writing history.
Yeah, I mean history's kind of running itself at the minute.
Well, someone has to write it down,
Exactly.
and you can't really trust the Ingwanites to write down what actually happened, can you?
Well, I mean history has always been written by the victors, so if they
I
win,
think I find history is written by the survivors more
that
so than by the
yeah,
victors.
that's a pretty good way of putting it, I think. But yeah, my mother, Eleanor, she was one of the biggest historians we've really heard of. Not that it's really much money in that kind of profession. But
Nothing worth doing has much money in it, my
yeah,
friend.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm just trying my best.
It's all we can do.
This is all very new to me. A couple weeks ago, I was just traveling the world with a crew of mine, just doing random, you know, uh, random expeditions and things, and then all of a sudden I'm with these people.
Expeditions into what exactly?
Um, I've been trying to find like my big break in like old forgotten ruins and things like that. Currently not going too well. Haven't really found too much.
Surely you found something intriguing.
I have. I don't know what it really is.
Oh, perhaps would you like to share it with me? I do love old things.
It's I can't read it, but it's this. And he pops his book down onto the side, onto the bar.
And as you set the book down, Vass very interestingly leans down to look at it, and then immediately he stands bolt upright and kind of takes a step back away from it. And very quickly he pours himself a large glass of something strong and just kind of downs it and goes, "Oh well, I'm afraid I can't be of any help with that, but good luck to you with that." And he with a mixer, like a stirring spoon or something, just kind of gently shifts the book back towards you and away from him on the bar. Um, oh, would you look at that? I really do have to check something in the back really quick. And he scurries off.
That's mildly concerning.
Into the back room.
That's concerning.
I do think if there's nothing else anyone would like to play out here, we can start winding down. However, if there's anything anyone wants to do, we can go through that first.
Honestly, it's just a very simple thing that I would like to do is just for Calvis. Eventually, he just gets up and starts. He leaves. He goes outside and sits down outside in the snow.
So a very interesting thing happens when you turn your attention back towards the door and that wall. You notice for the first time that this whole bottom wall, alongside the same wall of the door, is windows, facing out. Only they face out to a scenery that is not the forest you entered from. In fact, it appears to be a city street. And as you crack open the door, you see out onto that same city street.
I mean, why not? And he'll just stand outside, lean against the wall, and just watch as people pass by, I guess.
All right.
He's just trying to find. He's realizing that he doesn't really. All the people saying that he looks alien and that he's not from. He doesn't belong here. He feels doesn't feel comfortable, not right. So he wants to go outside and sit in the snow, but the fresh air will do.
As you're having these thoughts, you do hear a voice in the back of your head, and it's just Calvis, my darling, what's wrong?
Sorry, do I recognize this voice?
You recognize it as the voice of Kythris calling to
She's
you.
suddenly so sweet. What?
You were beyond my reach for a moment, my devoted one, and now you sound so sad.
I honestly don't know where I was. It's a tavern. You probably don't know it. I don't know why you didn't have any reach. I don't know where I am. Honestly, I don't know where I should go at this point.
Stick with your friends, and all will make sense in time, my loyal servant. I have work
I
for
believe
you
you.
soon.
I trust you.
Good.
Thank you.
You are never alone as long as I can reach you, and all will be righted. That was once wrong.
Elvis does not believe that, but he'll not.
Chloe.
I think seeing Calvis leave in the periphery of their vision, I think they would follow him out to try and figure out where he was going.
You'd have that same moment where you kind of realize, oh, there's windows. Oh, that's not the forest. Oh, that door leads to a different
Why is there so
place.
many people? Why is it so noisy?
Oh, and Vass kind of pokes his head back and back. Oh, so sorry about that. Please don't wander off too far. If you really want to leave, I can fix the door for you.
No,
in
it's,
a
it's
moment.
okay. I was just checking on a friend.
Yeah, and then he disappears out the back.
Hi, are you okay?
What? Yeah, I'm fine. How are you? So it wasn't doing great at the table over there. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, the people at the table were really nice. I just haven't been feeling that great the last few weeks. Personally, maybe you feel the same. A bit like a kind of freak. And it's nothing either of us have done, I don't think. You know, you being from where you're from and me being, you know, grr.
Do you know where I'm from?
No. I don't know anything really outside the forest, even this. And the kind of gesture to the kind of bustling city street. Even this is a bit alien for me. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. I mean, it is a bit loud. But that doesn't mean that that's bad. And it doesn't mean that you're weird for not being from here. Where are you from anyway?
From the Feywild.
I like there. Is it like here?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
When I came here, I kind of expected it. I hoped it to be different. That's what I heard about this place, at least. At least before the Feywild was this fantastical place, of course, and this place was a bit less, but they're the same now.
Is there war where... I mean, that's what your queen lady was saying Oh. Is it the same people that are, like, attacking your place? And they do the dog kind of cocking his head to the side, very confused.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. They're not any nicer.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know what you heard of that conversation at the table, but apparently someone May's really close to was taken, and I said that would help them get that person back. But we can also try and help to get your home back too, because I don't have a home anymore, but it would be nice for my friends to have a home.
We're gonna get our homes back, one way or another. Whoever we need to kill.
It is ashes on the ground.
We'll find you a new home. It's easy as that. I will not stop until every single one of those fucking Inquinites are dead.
But what if they're like Kevin? What if they're like not mean all of the time?
Kevin is still a little shithead, but...
Yeah, Kevin's still... I mean, I think Kevin's a bit scared of me, because, like, kind of went like that.
Like he should. Honestly, well done. You did very great in that fight.
But...
even though you were in control, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's... Anyway.
No, it really hurt yesterday. I don't want to go through that again. It just happens sometimes. I can't do anything about it. But... what I mean is, like, I mean, I know Kevin's a wee shit. But...
yes, he is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he doesn't know when to shut up. Anyway, no, that's not what I meant. But I mean, if he was saying that people were, like, not necessarily forced to fight, but they were, you know, kind of forced. And the people we've met so far have been awful. But what if not all of them are awful? Not the soldiers, I mean, like, the civilians.
No, I completely get what you mean. I guess we'll save the good ones. It's just...
I think.
It's war. A lot of things are unfair. But I still want to keep the good people. The world is better with them.
To have.
Yeah.
Do you miss home?
I do. You?
Yeah. I've never been this far from home before. I mean, I've been in the woods, but, like, that's not the same. You know,
it's an adventure. You like adventures?
I don't know, I've never been on one. So we'll have to see.
And at that point, Calvis just sits down on the street and just leans with his back against them.
I do think, yeah, with that last line from Aoife, this is a great place to end the session for this week.
Play.
So that's where we're gonna call it.
Awesome. Great work from Alex this week as our dungeon master. A full roleplay session could be a bit difficult to navigate sometimes. So yeah, great work.
Thank you. And big thank you to our players, Lukas, Robyn, Chloe, Kieran, Elliot. Just really amazing stuff coming out from all of the characters this week. I think we're still starting to really get into like the meat of all of them as individuals, which is great to see.
Yeah. If you would like to join us next week, then we will be streaming from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. UK time at twitch.tv/PowerWordQuest.
And if you want to check out our previous episodes, you can find them on youtube.com/PowerWordQuest.
And we also have the campaign as an audio-only podcast. You can find us on Spotify and Google Play.
That's it from us this week. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye!